Yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream. Shit, man.
It's good, y'all. How y'all feeling?
What up?
Gucci, man. I'm Gucci. What's good with y'all? Y'all good?
Yeah,
I'm feeling good, man. I just came from the gym, you know what I mean? Nigga lifting weights out here. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta get y'all weight up, man. Stop playing. I know you be trying to go in and try to go to the gym sometimes. Let me rephrase that. Rephrase that because that's just about to come
I'm going on a vacation soon, so the gym gonna see me active.
Yeah, I know. That is fake. The only time you do be motivated to go to the gym, I ain't gonna hold you. Like
I told this nigga Eli hit me up. Nigga ain't never hit me up. So
damn, you ain't hit my bro up.
Bro, Keem ain't about that gym life, bro.
You know what it is, Keem? You seeing the ladies admiring your veneers. The ladies is loving you on the platform. So
he not trying to add to the repertoire. That's what it is, right?
Exactly.
You're right.
Yo, Keem, stop playing. You not about that gym life, man.
Yo, I told you hit a brother up, man. What's up?
I got you. Next time for sure, I got you. If you're not asleep, but
where my roast emoji, man? Like, my roast gift, man.
Nigga said emoji, like I'm about to put the link in the chat. I'm about to pin the link right now. Hold on, I'm gonna pause.
Somebody playing music?
Nah, that was me on the YouTube trying to pin this fucking shit to the chat.
That's what Eli be listening to in the gym. What's good, y'all?
That shit.
Man, in the comment section, let us know where y'all from, man.
Shout out, Lady
NY. Where y'all from?
Shout out, Lady Nova, and now me holding it down as usual.
Yeah, I just put the link in the chat. Y'all want to hit that link to call in real quick. Yo, real quick before we get into the calls. What y'all think about that mass shooting that just happened in Buffalo?
I think that shit crazy as fuck.
It was white people at it again.
Oh, come on, bro. You know when it's mass shooting, you know who's behind it, bro. Like,
yeah, it's just crazy that they about to paint the picture. Oh yeah, he was having trouble at home. I mean, he's just another victim of the system.
You know what's funny? We just mentioned this on an episode.
Oh yeah, that is a fact though. Like I mean, now they said that 11 out of the 13 people he killed was black people. Like so he clearly went in there with a purpose. Clearly, obviously.
I mean, he probably shot them other two people by mistake. They said,
well,
that's a fact though.
Not to even make a joke out of it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a video of him apologizing to a white dude that's on because I think he recorded it on Twitch.
Yeah.
And he passes a white man on the floor and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, "Oh shit, you're not supposed to be here." He went to a predominantly black neighborhood at that. So I mean,
and the crazy part is they say he had to drive 4 hours. He's not even from Buffalo, bro. He drove 4 hours, bro. They go to Buffalo to get crazy, bro. Like
that's crazy that you would, because I don't know the population of black people in Buffalo, but I don't think that's like the most black populated. Like he wouldn't just get the little black out of Buffalo that there was or whatever. Like I don't get it.
Nah, Buffalo got a lot of black people.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a lot of black people. Like, and my that's like upstate and shit like that. Shit, outside of maybe Syracuse, Buffalo's like it's a large black population in Buffalo. Like you know what I mean, so
and they're pretty. I heard that they're pretty, poor over on that side, the other side of Canada.
They pretty.
Yeah, he said, and he had the N-word written on his guns. Yes, I peeped that too. Like he had the N-word with the ER like on his stitched written on his gun, bro. It's crazy. 34%.
I think I seen somebody in the comments says mass shootings don't have no race on it. Well, it seemed like this one did. Man. You gonna lie.
Mass shooting on that. I mean, regardless of the fact that one definitely did, and he got arrested in handcuffs, bro. Black people get stopped in fucking traffic stops and die. Like you know what I'm saying? This dude still was able to be put in handcuffs. Like so, that to me will never make sense. I don't know if somebody want to explain that to me. Then I don't know, bro.
The only explanation is they scared of black people, and white people are their friends no matter what they doing. I ain't gonna push them.
That's the conclusion you came up with?
That's the conclusion I got, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad point. Yo, man, we put the link in the chat, man. If y'all wanna yo, Mitch, I see you. If y'all wanna hit the link, y'all wanna join in, call, y'all got something on your chest. So y'all always be like, yo, I got a lot to get off my chest, man. Now is your time to get that shit off your chest, man. Any topic y'all want to talk about, just anything y'all want to talk about, just hit that link, and we're gonna add you in.
But really quickly, I mean, wasn't it another mass shooting supposedly that happened in New York too as well?
When was
Not too
that?
long ago. The train track guy.
Oh yeah, true.
I mean, I'm not no conspiracy theory dude, but I don't see that big dude just walk up out of there with a construction hat and they couldn't find him. I just personally, I'm gonna just sound like a conspiracy theory dude, so I'm gonna just leave it alone. But
yeah, nigga, Eli.
They about to
look, Keith, bro, Keith, pull up to the chat, man. Keith is a funny guy, man. Like, he be on the opposite spectrum of this side of the talk. So I want to hear what he gonna say. Like, you know what I mean? So let me see. We got Mitch. Yo, Mitch. Oh, damn, I don't even think he's ready. Yo, Mitch, you guys? All right, well, we're gonna take him out of there. We got
somebody said in the comments it was another shooting in Houston and Cali today.
Oh yeah, I think I did see that Cali one. I assume. Oh, I got you, Mitch. Yeah, I did. I think I did see briefly about that. The one in Cali. I got to hear the details on that one too. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, it's just getting crazy, man. Like, yo, make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in, man. If y'all here in this chat, make sure you hit that like button. Definitely helps us out. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Yo, YouTube definitely be hating on us. You know what I mean? I don't want to say too much because they might be watching this live stream. Like, you know what I mean? But they definitely be hating on us, man. So them likes will help us in the algorithm. Get more people to join the chat.
Why y'all think it's a rise in mass shootings like now, like all of a sudden? Like I think like they had
in recent times, or you just mean like literally last couple of days or some shit?
Yeah, literally, because I think like it was like a break, like a couple months now. Like you ain't hear like a few months now, you ain't hear about no mass shootings, and then all of a sudden, like 3 in a row or some shit. Like
I mean, the mass shootings seem pretty consistent to me. I mean, they happen every couple of months. Damn near seems like so. I wouldn't say this is just some like random shit that just be happening, you know what I mean? But it be happening every couple of months. Like, yo, May, what's up?
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good.
What's good, man?
Hey,
where you from?
Queens, New York.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Queens, man. Like, yo.
Your birthday in May?
Nope, it's in June.
Oh,
wow, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
I ain't even gonna say the obvious, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, what you want to talk about? What you want to get off your chest?
I don't want to get anything off. I don't know. I'm surprised I'm even on. I just got to your Instagram today. Was on your Instagram today. And y'all talked about a lot of different topics I like. I don't know.
Any topics you dislike?
I didn't look. I just got put on today. No, there was nothing I didn't dislike. I mean, maybe how black men, are not into,
what
black men, how they're not into like black women, and I feel like they put other different races on a pedestal.
What makes you think that? I want to get into that.
I had a bad experience before previously.
You had a bad experience?
Yeah, like
how many black men?
I mean, primarily all my men were black. Primarily all my men were black.
Okay.
And all of them was bad experiences?
No, not all. I think that, the exotic chick, the mixed chicks are, held higher than black women sometimes.
You do know black men marry black women at an 87% rate, right?
Yes. I wrote a comment today and somebody wrote me like, about the marriage rate and stuff like that. But yeah.
Okay. I can't I understand your experience, but like there's 21 million black men in America. Like, to say that black men don't love black women or don't want to be with black women, I think is absurd. To me personally, I do understand where you might be coming from. You might have had your bad experiences with, some black men, but that's no different from black men having bad experiences with black women. Are we gonna go and say like, yo, black women? Because especially nowadays, black women been on this heavy. They need a white king and all this other BS. So, you know what I mean? So, am I going to sit there and say that's the majority of black women, or is that just select black women? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I know over on this side we love black women. So,
and are you talking about like your personal experiences, or are you talking about what you see like social media wise?
I was just about to ask that.
It's a mix. And y'all can't front. It's a mix. It's like
how often you see you walking around in Queens? How often do you see a mixed couple relationship over two black people together?
Damn, here we go with this.
I know in Queens a lot of black baby be black women. Like, you know what I mean?
Got him.
I'm just asking because I in New York you see nothing but like if you're like in Canada, I've seen a lot of mixed couples over there. Like, in New York, you're gonna see a lot of black families. That's all I mean, and white families.
So you talking about one black dude right now and social media.
That narrative is being pushed out there. I'm not gonna hold you there, but
I do. But he probably, a lot of black men might say stuff like that just to, trigger the woman they trying to get mad at the time too, which is petty.
Well, I was mad, right? You're right.
Which is still petty. You know what I'm saying? I don't think no man should belittle a black woman because he trying to get her mad. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. So
what's your type in black men? You got a type?
I did have a type previously, but as you get older, your preferences change, and it's just a man. I'm into I don't have a race no more. Really, I thought it was I was pro black man, but I feel like I've had so many different black men.
So you came on to talk about how black men not trying to be with black women, and you over here talking about you over here looking at.
It's kind of contradicting. I'm gonna admit, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind a different race, maybe. Maybe.
Okay. What's so appealing about a different race? Just curious.
I didn't say. I said I wouldn't mind, but if I meet a black man that would lead me and be business oriented and kind of aligned with the things that I wouldn't do in life, then it just I'm not gonna say black man anymore. You don't know who you're gonna fall in love with. That's just how I see it.
Okay. That's fair. You got any kids?
No.
Okay. Don't say no like that's uncommon. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Well, anything else you want to talk about real quick before we let you go?
No, and I mean it was interesting when I was talking about the mass shootings and things of that nature. I didn't even hear about the Buffalo thing until now. I don't know how long ago that happened. It was today?
Yesterday, 2 days ago, maybe.
It was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday, yeah.
That should have been all over the news. I don't know where you been. You gotta get off the shade room and baller alert, man.
No, I don't. You know what? I don't even be on the internet like that. I run errands or I watch movies. I don't really like the news. It's a whole bunch of. I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist, so.
That should have put you in the rabbit hole you don't want to come out. So I mean.
No, I watch the news.
Come out of it, but
Right. I watch it for the current updates, but not anything. Everything is bad on the news. Somebody got raped, this, that. So it's just once it gets to that, you just turn it off and that's it. Watch it.
I'm with you on that one.
Got you. All right, well, yo, May, we appreciate you calling in. We're gonna let you go.
Yo, real quick, who put you on though? You said somebody put you on. Who put you on?
No, I was on Instagram, and then I started liking y'all. I went to your page. I started liking the shows and stuff, the little clips. And that was it. So I asked to be on the panel or something because I like y'all panel. I don't know where y'all located at, but I see y'all have different females, chiming in and it's on your topic. So I don't know how that works, but if ever.
You say you trying to be on the panel?
Yeah, if it's ever a thing,
DM the IG. Yo.
Yeah, I got a couple of questions for you.
Yeah, we in Brooklyn, so we local.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, y'all have a great day.
All right.
Good evening. All right.
Thanks for tuning in.
All right, let me see. Let me get. Yo, my son got that blade. Bro, cam up, bro.
Nah, man, I'm at work, man. Getting on Sunday, bro. Getting to the chicken on Sunday.
My guy.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I just wanted to jump right into it. I don't want to take too much of you fellas' time. You guys doing a good job. Yeah, of course. Yeah, as far as the mass shooting thing, I was actually talking to my man. He's in the military. He's actually part of the Navy. Shout out to the people serving the country, all of the guys out there, all of the women out there.
Definitely.
Yeah, nah, I was talking to him about it, and he's pretty far in the military. And when I sent him the video this morning, because I saw the video that I think Jew was related to, as
Yeah.
far as it like being like streamed or something like that. It was streamed, and like, bro, I literally just saw a man with no say nothing, just pull up to a grocery store, the same one as like my mom or your dad or anybody could go to, and just shoot the people right outside and walk inside and just do all of that, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. To see a man like that walk out in just handcuffs, like I just seen a man last week or like 2 weeks ago tackle Dave Chappelle. His arm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? This man was able to walk out and with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I want to wish bad on anybody.
That's like that to me is not uncommon. Like, you know what I mean? I think me and you had a conversation where I had sent you. I don't know if I sent it to you, but it was a man. It was a white man, and he had a knife, and he was attacking an officer.
Yeah, I seen that. I think in the vehicle,
and he
or
still
like
survived. He didn't get shot or nothing. Like, he literally is attacking an officer.
He
like,
was
you know what I'm
chasing
saying?
the
So,
officer
around the car. Yeah. Matter of fact,
Yeah,
around the car.
And it was
Yeah,
just
and
like
it's
he
just
still
like,
was able to be put in handcuffs. And I just don't get that concept how people that could commit these type. And I'm not saying that everybody got to die or get shot or whatever the case. That's not what I'm trying to promote. But it's just a clear discrepancy to me of how some people get handled compared to others.
It's crazy that you can hear a story like that and you can automatically guess like, oh, that wasn't a black person. Like,
yeah.
It's crazy.
You almost know.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, ain't no black man gonna get up in the morning and do that type of shit.
Yeah.
Black man ain't driving 200 miles. The only thing a black man driving 200 miles for is for, yeah, we know. No, I'm just playing with you guys. But I do wanted to get something off my chest and get you guys' opinion on something because I happened to see it earlier. But
Yeah.
I actually seen a little back and forth, or like a panel, male panel versus a female panel, and they were talking about and discussing what is it called? Parental, what is it? I'm sorry. DNA test. I'm sorry. Mandatory DNA test. Like, would that be something that, would be looked at or looked into for the most part? And I saw a lot of, or I would say the women's side was really actually against it. And I was wondering why would that be?
Because they defensive and they're lying, most of them. What the fuck?
Yo, we had I think we discussed that before. That's when we had a guest on, and she was just like, she would be offended. It's offensive basically if you ask for a DNA test. You know what I mean?
We talked about that on that Katie Slay episode.
Yeah. I wasn't trying to name no names. Like, I mean, but
I mean, it's public.
They can look it up, man. Yeah. But yeah, we had a guest who was very vocal about how it was offensive, and men shouldn't do that because you should be able to trust. Offense? You should be able to trust her, and this, that, and the third. And I'm of the belief that it should be mandatory. You know what I mean? And women will push back. Oh, why are you wasting citizens' taxes on mandatory DNA test?
No. Here's the answer to that. Don't worry. I got the money. It's all right. We're not going into you don't got to get it from taxes and none of that. I'll pay for it. You know what I mean? I'm just wondering what's the pushback.
You know what's the crazier part about it? If a man doesn't sign a birth certificate and a female say that he's the father and puts his name on the birth certificate, if he doesn't go to court within that time frame, he is the legal guardian by force. So, like, the crazy shit about this, if we do, get these paternity tests in the beginning when the child is born, that would nip all of that in the bud where you could just put anybody's name. Men are going to jail. Men are getting arrested. Men are losing their jobs. Men are losing their driver's license, all because they're paying child support. Not saying some, don't need to be on that situation, but to be forced in a situation where you may not even be the father, that could eliminate that whole process.
Yeah. But to answer your question, I don't understand the pushback either. I think we probably gonna have to have some women up here that's pushing back to understand where they're coming from. Yeah, I don't get it.
It's all the emotions, though.
It's emotions over my fault. It's emotion. Oh shit, my fault. Again, it's emotion over logic, man. It's just that simple. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just I think it definitely should be mandatory So
No, I mean, but like if we actually have the conversation, like let's walk that plane. Like when they say like as you were about to say, like it's offensive. Well, what's the offensive part? I'm supposed to just trust somebody just because? That don't sound smart to me.
That's
I don't
basically
think I don't think any woman would do that with their body. Be like, oh, just have sex with me, just trust me, just because. So it's not a good enough reasoning. So I would just want like a more solid reasoning. I watched the video for like almost 18 minutes and didn't get no answer.
yeah, you're not gonna get no logic behind it. Just
You're
because,
not. You're not.
yeah, it's just I don't know, bro.
There is no logical answer to oppose mandatory DNA testing at birth.
Yo, and then man, if I'm about to Google it, man, but there was a study that showed like 30%. It was like 30 or like something like 30% of DNA
Paternity tests be wrong.
paternity
Yeah.
tests come back like that the father is not the father is not the biological father.
father.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I actually seen that too. I wasn't sure if it was a true stat, so I just I didn't use it.
yeah. I don't know how true that is either, but if I could find it, I'll definitely bring that up. But
No, I mean,
then real quick, we live in such an era where women are so sexually liberated, as they call it, and they also much more promiscuous than they were back in the day. Like back in the day, if you got a shorty pregnant, like you know what I mean, you knew you got her pregnant, like because you knew she wasn't really out there like for the most part, she wasn't really out there like that. Now a lot of women is out there, they exploring their sexuality. You know what I mean? A little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, the last point I want to bring up because I want you guys I want to hear more voices and stuff. But one of the last points that they made, because they were like, well, what about if you're married? And they were like, oh, then you definitely don't need to do it. You should just trust. And I'm like, well, last I checked, a piece of paper don't stop nobody from fucking. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's what
I mean, you see how dangerous believe all women can be. You know what I mean? And
Amber Heard and this guy.
Yeah, with Johnny
Depp.
You just gotta. I just feel like it's just a precaution for both parties to be sure. You know what I mean? That's all that it comes down to. You know.
And if he's the father, what are you ashamed of?
What do you got to hide? Exactly. What do you got to hide?
Yeah. That's all I was thinking.
I think the women who got something to hide would be the ones who would oppose to it. But it's like regular women. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, it'd be people without any kids at all. Like, women without any kids at all be like, nah, I don't want to. I don't think that's right. And it's just like, I mean, let's get some evidence. I just overall, my question is like with the dynamics between men and women is like, why can't we have a conversation? Granted, it can have as much emotion and all of that as much as you want. You can scream and all of that. But why can't we just lay down the facts? We all know how to read. We went to school. We know how to read numbers, words, and all of that. Let's just jot down the facts. You know what I mean? Like what is it? What does it mean if I don't know? If I'm the father to this child and then I take care of him for 18 years to find out it's not mine, that means a lot to me. But for her, it's like she got the job done. She got an ace in the hole. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm seeing it. Versus like, the guy who gets off. He's like, oh, he's just wiping the sweat off his face. You know what I mean? He just got out of 18 years. He's like, oh, I'm good. You know what I mean? So somebody else has to take the or swallow the cost of that, which I think is unfair.
Yeah, I mean that's a fact though. But
shout out to Trevor. They can keep up the good work, brethren. You're already.
I appreciate that. Yo, Keith, man, we gonna let you know, man. I know you out here getting this breach, man. So
yes, sir. I'm gonna be listening, fellas. Y'all keep it up. Good luck, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man. Yo, shout out to Who Dat for little bro. Skip.
This guy, like, yo. Now, that was a good. Yo, we need to have more of those conversations.
And I want to hear from any of the women that's on there in the comments. Y'all feel like y'all got a reason to push back? I gotta hear it. Let us know.
Yeah, I need to hit a pushback, man.
Yeah, I see some pushback in the comments from Dorothy Stevenson. I want her to call in real quick, man.
Yo, put that on the screen real quick. Let me see. You trust her enough to fuck her and nothing her. Oh my God. I really hate that logic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that don't mean other niggas ain't nothing to you too. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
other niggas is trusting you too, man. You got a trustworthy.
That box is real trustworthy, man. Like,
what's goody, bro?
What's going on, Dailyrapupcrew? I'm Marcus. Yo, I only caught one of y'all contents a little bit earlier. And the dispute I want to talk about was when this woman, she basically was like, y'all was talking about trust or whatever, right? Not this topic, but some other trust topic. Y'all talking about and he was basically saying, "Oh, courtesy." That's what it was. Just something about like, men can't be courteous to women no more because, a woman I come up to, I was like, hold the door for her. And she's like, I can hold the door myself, whatever, right? So yeah, she was saying for the most part, like, why would you take that one experience and put that on all of them like that? You know what I'm saying? Why are you gonna move a certain way, be different because a woman how she acted towards you? Now,
That was the clip we put out today with the
was that
catcalling.
today? Was it today?
It was about catcalling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
I know. I was trying to think about what clip you was talking about. Yeah, we had put up a clip today about it's catcalling. Because Jew had an incident where one of his friends was gave a woman a compliment, a very polite compliment, and she took it to the next level. I don't know, Jew, you want to explain that real quick?
Yeah, Jew, explain that. What happened?
All right, so how he told me was he was walking up the block and he told the young lady that she was beautiful. That's all he said. You're beautiful. And she replied back, motherfucker, I don't need you to tell me I'm beautiful. I know I'm beautiful already. Cursed him out, embarrassed him in front of a whole bunch of people. I'm on the phone with him, so I'm hearing it. I'm thinking, that's she's talking to somebody else. And he tells me she's talking to him. And acting like the man is, I don't know what, he's just silent. And I'm like, yo, you good? You good?
Nah. I hear you, but
she don't need no man to tell her that she's beautiful. She knows she's beautiful.
But that's the thing. You should have. Oh my! For me, I'm different. So a shorty come say something like that. I'm like, okay, so tell me something that I don't know. Since you know that, tell me something. I would have came back with something. I wouldn't have just left it there. If I was interested in her, if I was personally, I would have left it at like, yeah, we probably not gonna get off all because the way you talking right now, I can tell they're gonna go for it. But I'm not gonna cut you off.
Where you live at?
I'm in Jersey.
Oh, you in Jersey? I'm about to say you ain't getting that. You ain't getting that over on New York women. They curse you out. They'll record you, like, you know what I mean. So I get what you're saying, but that's that's a bit of how we were raised as far as talking to women. We had to be more assertive. Like it was times where you get rejected, and women would be telling you, well, if you would have just pushed up on me a little bit more, like as far as continue talking to her, then you would she would have, whatever the case is. Now you can't have that. You know what I mean? If a woman is saying, yo, if she's cursing you out, you kind of just gotta look at it as it is because it becomes sexual. It becomes harassment at that point. You know what I mean? And then you don't want to get caught up in that. You know what I mean? So chivalry is dead. I've been said that chivalry is definitely dead. Like especially in New York City. I ain't gonna hold you. Like,
you know what, New York? But you know what though? New York's kind of been like that for a long time, man. My first trip to New York, this is like way back. What was that TV show called? TRL. When y'all had that on, man, I went up there one time and I went to this pizzeria spot.
That's a throwback right there. Like,
yeah, that's how old I am. So I went back to the shop and I went there to go to the bathroom real quick. And I'm waiting in line, the men's line. Okay, got women's line, the men's line. I'm in the men's line. I'm next up. Shorty said, yo, bump that. I gotta go now. Excuse me. I was like, whoo! You know how this when you on the tip, you like about to go. And Shorty just said, bump. Oh, I was like, oh, they like that out here? Okay. I mean, I know you're supposed to have tough skin, but god damn, like I get it. I mean, if that's I look at it, like, I just accept it. You know what I'm saying? I have peace in situations. I knew what I was getting into in this environment. So for me, it's easy to accept. That's how people are going to be because the world don't owe you no understanding. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm able to just navigate through all that there is. Yeah. So going back to what you were saying earlier, like I mean, with the whole thing, what we talking about, catcalling and stuff, right? You said chivalry's dead. That's why I was kind of like, you know what? Yeah, don't like. Shorty said she put you at the best game. She basically said, like, do not change who you are. It's very true. Don't try to appease to these people. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to put on a mask. Don't let your ego be the thing that, you use to protect you. Because everyone likes to go to the ego. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people deny themselves in a heartbeat if they felt that they could be protected in other ways. You know what I'm saying? Because most part, they're just scared. The thing is, you're going to go to the best of your knowledge, man. Growth as an individual, growth in your character, growth is like you have to develop yourself. And a lot of people are not trying to deal with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Again, people trying to be things they're not. They're trying to fit in places they don't really fit. And then they get mad and, when things don't go the way. And it's just like, but you put yourself in this predicament because life is a decision-making process. End of the day, you decided to be there. You decided to do these things. You didn't have to. You felt pressure because society told you had to. But again, if you'd have loved yourself the first time, you would never listen to what society tells you. Not saying to be a rebellion, but I'm saying once you start to master yourself, things become so like easy in a way. Like even when it comes to choosing your women, right? Because you'll know what you want. Once you know yourself, you're gonna know what you want. And the thing is, once you being yourself, the right woman's gonna come along and see you for who you are. And the ones who don't really like you know what I'm saying, they're gonna just see you and be like, nah, and or you can be like this, you'll see them like, I don't see myself in her. I already know she's not the one. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you'll have better discernment once you know yourself.
Yeah, and I think too that I think when Jew was telling that story, the man, it was in the street. You know what I mean? It's very difficult nowadays to talk to women on the street because you know they might feel very uncomfortable. They might feel you trying to harm them, whatever the case is. So they have a automatic like reflex to curve you off the rip or not even give you a chance. You know, because of you might be on the street, they might be next to other people.
Socially awkward now. Humans don't see humans. You be walking past. Yo, if we all didn't know each other, we probably would walk past, and we even if we thinking about something in common right now, we wouldn't say nothing. But we can sit on this platform right now and have a normal conversation, and that's crazy to me.
Yeah. I was, you know what? You know why that happens? We also talking about the cop thing, right? You know, like why do cops target or why they view things differently? We know half the answer. Half the answer is this. It has to do with having a narrow perspective. Now, the truth of the matter is this. We can all get up here and cap a little bit right now when I'm about to say this. When you go to certain neighborhoods, do you not act a different way just for how the way it appears off just image alone?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, we understand certain things. Even when we come to assumptions like, oh, I'm pretty sure it was a brother, or I'm pretty sure it was a white dude. You know what I'm saying? We have certain biases in ourselves. But the reason why we do that is because it's easy. It's easy to feel comfortable and complacent with things that we don't have time for, which is another thing that keys in patience. A lot of us don't got no real patience to try to understand people, understand things around us. We rather just assume things are this way or that way. Same thing with cops. Same thing with the individual in general. I mean, I'm in law enforcement myself, honestly, so I have a bigger perspective on being on this side and civilian side. You know what I'm saying? It just gives me bigger insight and understand things. Even when I talk to cops, it ain't no big deal for me. I already know what they're looking for. I know what the indications are. I know the lingo. I know who's in charge of them. You know what I'm saying? That's my insight. That's why I'm able to have peace with the situation because I have more understanding. Right. But the thing is, a lot of people don't really want to do that for themselves when it comes to the world they walk in. You know what I'm saying? To make better decisions, better choices. They don't expand what it is they don't know because they don't look at themselves first or don't humble themselves and say, I don't really know this. They'll get into their emotions like, I do. I feel it. And it's like, no, dog, stop. Because you're telling me how you feel and not what you know. And I get it. It feels good to be in your emotional aspect at the time. You know what I'm saying? The energy, all that. But when you don't know, you got to just chill and be like, you know what? I really don't know. And just humble yourself with that.
Whether I'm there or not, I know for damn sure that these cops are pulling people off wrongfully. So, I mean, you can sit here and say that because you're on the law side, but there'd be plenty of reasons. They be nitpicking with people. You know, the same shit they may excuse, you know, Billy and Jilly, whatever they may be. You know what I'm saying? So we can't ignore that.
Oh, no, I'm not ignoring that. I said I agree with you. I was saying most of them narrow-minded as well. Like, I'm saying, like, we know why they narrow-minded. I'm saying, because it's not hard. Because we could detect, we could do it ourselves. We could be narrow-minded about how we objectify people, women, educators, cops, what it is that you have a beef with, or you kind of have a, like, I have my mind set like you're like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have these biases and tendencies, but it's more like, are we willing to check ourselves at times to give everyone that benefit of doubt? But we really don't. Because I said it's easy just to walk past life, like you said, walk past each other and just not even notice whatever. It's easy to get comfortable. People want to be comfortable. People want to be around things that's familiar. So it's easy for them. But we have to actually get around the city world for what it really is, actually understand people, that's hard work. But people put the hard work in, walk around with results, in my opinion. Those who know more, do more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but yo, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for calling in.
Yo, I support the channel. Give y'all some love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, appreciate that for
love,
sure.
Y'all. Take care, man.
All right,
appreciate it, bro. Again.
All right.
Yo, I be waiting. I really do be waiting, bro. I promise you. Like, yo.
I mean, you getting a little better. You're getting a little better, man.
All right, yo, Mitch, man. You gotta cam up, boy.
Yo, he was canned up just now. He said 12
That's
on the
what I'm
line.
saying. My son at work. Oh, my fault. I didn't know he was at
He
work.
said 12 on the line. He not
I
capping up.
ain't trying to, you know what I mean, get you caught up, man. What's good, Mitch?
All right, so what's good, y'all? I just want to appreciate, thank y'all, and appreciate y'all to give me a platform. But I've been wanting to say this for a while because it's like one thing, like I'm a young black man, 26 years old, and I just want to say it so like women can never say that we never said anything. I do not feel appreciated, loved, or seen or heard by my people or black women. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I be watching these podcasts, I be watching these posts, and I keep hearing them talk about them, and it's like, when was the last time you asked a black brother what he's going through, what is he dealing with? And it's like never, never,
Yeah.
ever. And I just want to say something. It's like I love and prefer black women.
Wait, hold on. Ain't that what he just said? He just said he don't feel appreciated about black women. There ain't no question mark on that. Like he ain't the only black man that feel that way. I tell you that.
I can give you multiple of examples where I have done things for women, right, in the dating realm, in just wherever, and I still was the problem. And my thing is, this is like I'm tired of being told that we are the problem. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there aren't men out there who are pieces of shit. You get what I'm saying? But like, like women just stomp over us, our emotions, our mental, everything. I hate women who say things like, "Oh, like they have a man's child and say, "Oh, I'm the mommy and the daddy." I have never heard no man in my fucking life ever say no shit like that. I'm the mother and the father. I will never ever disrespect a woman's word when it comes to that. Even if we are on bad terms, I would never. If I had custody of a child, I would never say, "Oh, I'm the mommy and the daddy." That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. You know what I'm saying?
I know single fathers that is the primary caretaker, and I don't never see them celebrating on Mother's Day like I'm the mom. Like, bro, that they don't do that.
I don't
Like,
do
you know
that.
what I'm
I don't
saying?
do that. So my thing is, this is like, again, it's like I hear black women, they say, "Oh, black men can't communicate," and this, that, and the third. You talking about reciprocated energy. And my generation loves talking about energy, all this, what you speak. I'm all for that. But do you really hear yourself? I know it's not being directed towards me, but you talk so negatively about black men, and when they pop up out of nowhere, you like, where these niggas come from? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're speaking that shit outside. You're speaking that shit into existence. Niggas ain't shit. Niggas is this. Niggas ain't that, or whatever the case may be, right? I've been on my own since I was 17 years old, right? The person, my father passed away when I was 15 years old, and my mother raised me, and it was horrible. Under her leadership, it was horrible. Today, I was sitting down thinking to myself, I'm like, what did this lady teach me about being a man? Absolutely fucking nothing. Nothing. Not how to fight, nothing. You get what I'm saying? And she ruined and a lot of people, a lot of things happened. It's a long story, but certain opportunities were ruined for me. Before I became a radiologist, I wanted to go into the military and become a military police officer. When I passed my ASVAB test, I was on my own by myself, taking care of everything, right? I could have gotten to a position where they would have taught me how to, be a man, protect, learn how to use guns, all that stuff, and that opportunity is gone. I'm not in the position where I can protect you. And a lot of women don't realize when they get into these little arguments with they man or this, that, and the third, and call the cops on them and stuff like that and build a record, they're unable to get certain jobs. So now we can't protect you. You get what I'm saying? You
That's a
working
fact.
against us. You get what I'm saying? Work with me. You get what I'm saying?
Away, if he don't paying child support, you taking away his license. He can't get no driving job unless he get permission. Like, it's a lot, man, that goes on, and I totally get where you coming from, and I'm not, and I get you're not saying all black women, but there are some black women, and especially in the media, cause that's all I hear too. Like, you know what I mean? And I had we had somebody DM us, and he was talking about the red pill space, and the content is. He hears so much of these videos of black women always, shitting on black men, shitting on the average man. Black men ain't shit, whatever the case is. And he was like, yo, constantly seeing this content is making him have some type of disdain for black women. And I understood where he was coming from, because if your news feed is constantly men ain't shit, men ain't shit, men ain't deadbeats, men ain't y'all bums, y'all broke. After a while, some black men, I could understand where they're coming from. Like, you know what I mean? Not saying it's an excuse to treat black men a certain way, but once you constantly get that fed into you, and I understand women probably go through the same thing. They probably be on platforms, men be always saying women ain't shit, whatever the case is. They only using us for their money. But it just comes down to healing at the end of the day and having these conversations, having people like you call in to express these things because they swear it's a minority and it's really a lot more than what they think.
I just want to make one last point before I have to go.
Yeah.
But for example, a lot of women they be talking about like why men cheat or do certain stuff like that. For me, every guy is different. You got to figure out what guy you talking to or whatever. But one of my biggest pet peeves is being unappreciated. And I was with I was in a relationship, and this girl used to make me feel so unappreciated. And every time she made me feel unappreciated, I cheated on her. I'm not gonna lie, I did. But it's not like I didn't talk to her first or nothing. I'll give you a little story real quick. So when I started working at the hospital, I used to do a lot of doubles. I'm a workaholic. I worked 200. I worked 100 hours in a week. I did a double every single day, right, to get her some nice gifts for Christmas or whatever. This, that, and the third. I get her some stuff for Christmas. I'm on my way to her house to see, see if she likes the gifts and stuff like that. I worked so much that year that I burnt a hole at the bottom of my foot because I was on my feet for that long. And when I was on my way to her house, I called her. She calls me. She goes, "Hey, one of the Victoria's Secret panties you got me was too big. If you didn't know what you was doing, you should have asked somebody." And I'm just like, wow, that's unfucking believable. Like, you didn't get me shit for Christmas. I went on my way to get something for you and stuff like that. And that's the first thing that comes out your mouth. A lot of these women, some, not all, they don't realize like when they go wrong. And it's like anytime you try to point it out to them or criticize them or anything like that, they get in their feelings, they get mad, or they say that they just dismiss you completely. And like as a young man, I'm sick of it. So
Now I feel I got a story very similar to that as well. Like real quick, I had I was dating a shorty. I had brought her tickets to summer what's that the Power 105 concert. What's that called? Powerhouse. Yeah, I brought her tickets to Powerhouse. It was decent. There was decent tickets. It wasn't front row or nothing crazy. Like, you know what I mean? But there was it wasn't like you needed a binocular to see niggas. Like, this shit was right there. And we had gotten into an argument a couple of weeks later. And she was like, she used that against me. Oh, that's why you brought me those bum ass tickets to I'm like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? First of all, there wasn't no bum ass tickets, but they wasn't the best tickets. But it was the lack of appreciation because I went out my way to do something because I knew you wanted to go to that concert. It was artists there that you wanted to see specifically. I made that happen. And, and I had a similar situation on Christmas where I ain't want to talk about that. But yeah, I went out my way. I did the most for shorty on Christmas, and I wasn't really appreciated in the relationship. So I understand where you're coming from, Mitch. So definitely appreciate you doing that, man. I know I appreciate you, man. Guy, man. Like I don't want to hold you up too much, man. But I appreciate you calling in.
All right, good looks, man. Have a good one, man.
All right, bro.
All right, Mitch. And yo, man, you got to be proud of yourself too. At the same time, I know it's hard. We always it's supposed to be there, especially when you come from your parents. He mentioned his mom as well. Like I hear my mom used to always tell me, like, my mom was a single mother, and she used to always say, "Oh, look what you turned out to be." But like at the same time, I feel like my mom didn't raise me in no way to become a good man, but she takes all the credit for the man I became.
Listen. Can I touch on that real quick? Yo, women always want mothers, and shout out to the mothers, man. You know what I mean? We do appreciate y'all, and y'all do work hard. But a lot of the times, y'all take the credit for the success of a child. But when that child turns in to be a degenerate, goes to jail, y'all want to say, "Oh, because of the father wasn't there." Like, you know what I'm saying? When a nigga LeBron James, y'all want to blame, y'all want to be like, y'all want to praise the mother, like, you know what I mean? But when he go to jail, get locked up, or shoot people, y'all want to blame the fathers and say, "Oh, because of the father was no." You got to take as much accountability as you were trying to take when he was successful, or they were successful. Like, you know what I mean? So, yo, Jay, man, I'm lying.
What's goody?
You never lying. What's going on, my boys?
What's good, my guy?
Man, I was going to come in here, I was going to turn up and do all that.
We put the page on you?
Huh? Yeah. Mitch definitely took it somewhere. And
Mitch said he was 26, by the way. He said he was 26, I think.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. 26. Yeah, you're gonna get all the games at 26. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get all the slander, you're gonna get everything that I don't know how old the chick was because he didn't say how old the chick was, but at 26, bro, is really tough because you still trying to find yourself. You still trying to find out, you know how to deal with particular women. And I want to shout out, May. I want to shout out what's the other dude name? Opinion dude.
Yeah, I think a marvelous opinion or something.
Yeah, Marvelous. I want to shout out show too. But when you out here and you trying to grind, they gotta really realize that we not doing this for us for the most part. I mean, we care about ourselves and we want to succeed and things like that. But our main goal is to secure and lock down a woman of our choice. And when we do get that woman, we gonna go above and beyond anything that we could ever even imagine for ourselves to try to please them. And the messed up part about that is, and May said this, like, she felt like, black men don't appreciate black women and stuff like that. Nah, it's the situations we've been in, is the circumstances that we've been in. Like we start out with y'all for the most part. Like, it's nothing else that we love more.
Yeah.
And then it turned into I can't do nothing to heal what you've been going through or shit. These women in our time right now, they haven't even been through the things that the women in the past been through. They got all the
opportunity in the world.
They got everything in the world right now. And they still complaining about their mothers and their grandmothers. Like, I've never dealt with your mother or your grandmother. I'm dealing with you. I'm trying to be with you. And they still dealing with those past traumas, and it's terrible, bro. Because that dude looked like he got his head on straight. Mitch got his head on straight, and a couple more situations like that, and Mitch will be one of the Pookies or one of the Ray Rays.
Yo, but the difference is, if Mitch was a fuck nigga, he would have been getting a whole lot of shorties. Shorties wouldn't have been looking for him to buy him panties. They be buying panties to wear for him. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because you wanna like me having sons. I want to tell them like, yo, man, give it your all, give women respect. But those dudes get looked at and get used and abused.
Right.
And it's like, damn, do I tell him to be smooth with it, or you know what I mean? It's hard out here. I ain't gonna hold you because, like,
bro,
you gotta know how to play the game. And if you go at a young age, investing so much time, love, and trust into somebody, you'll get played.
Like he said, he was burning himself out. He said he burnt his heels down to the souls, and we will do that for our women.
Right.
But for at the same time, they looking for the fairy tale. You feel me? You got that man right in front of you. You got that man right in front of you, putting his feet to the pavement and doing everything that he can for you, and you disregard him like he's nothing.
Yeah, all women don't see the average working man. They don't see them. We invisible to them. You know what I mean? Like, so they mess with the Pookies and Ray Rays, and they allow the Pookies and Ray Rays to run them all with all these mental these traumas, and then they take it out on the average guy, the good guy, the guy that's going to treat you well. They take it out on them. You know what I mean? So, like Ju said this plenty of times, and I agree with you because I have situations where when you are that quote unquote F boy, you do tend to get more respect and more women because of how you treat them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
you got a lack of regard.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah, and I wanted to come in here. All right, boy, I'm gonna get back to my BS. I wanted to come in here. I wanted to ask Ju what he was drinking. I thought it was a Red Bull, but I saw you with that white. I saw you with the white. You ain't gotta pick it up.
In there, you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know what Ace got up there, but I know it ain't Red Bull. You feel me?
I'm on that Jack, you know what I mean?
All right, back, clap it up. But yeah, Cleveland's
on that
nice
Jack
guys
Harlow.
get taken advantage of. We all start off as nice guys. You feel me?
True.
We all start off as nice guys. It's not that we we've been trained to be nice guys by our mothers. If you got a single mother, shit, you're gonna want your mother to be treated how you want to treat your mother. It has nothing to do with no other man. How another man, well, it does. Matter of fact, I'm gonna retract that. But you see how other men treat your mother, and you think like, I would never put a lady through this. You feel me? Especially a lady that birthed me. They always talk about you don't love your mother. I love the shit out of my mother.
Right.
Yeah, we love our mothers unconditionally. Like that's
right.
One of the few women we do love unconditionally.
What is that? Like I don't even get where that sentiment comes from for real. Like
you like you said, most black men, their first experience with women is through a black woman, right?
Right.
I.e. our mothers. And we don't talk about this enough, but a lot of our mothers have been toxic towards us. Like I be watching. I can speak on. I know my situation. Like I had an abusive aunt or whatever the case is. But even when you watch a lot of these quote unquote black movies, and you see how the mother is so masculine and so combative towards her son, of course, maybe he's not going to look at a black woman a certain way because his first image of a black woman is his mother, and she's toxic. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
so you might not want to deal with that from another woman. Like, you get what I'm saying? So we got to take it a lot into consideration. Like, our mothers have, they've done their best, but they also have done some of the most damage to black men. Like, you know what I mean?
They've done what they've been taught, though. You feel me? You can't. I want to say you can't hold them fully accountable, but that's how society cripples our women for real. They put them in a point like, all right, boom, everything you do is right. Anybody that questions you, they wrong, and they march on like that. Like they're like toy soldiers for real, and they don't have no regard for what they do to us in a process. They listening to society overall. You feel me? Like, this a platform that you boys created, and this shit is excellent.
Appreciate that.
And like you said last time I was on here last week, it's a platform where we can come together and talk about our problems, but at the same time we still gotta relay the message to our women that I know. The last thing was chaos. It was the chaos tribute. Yeah. Chaos was on some shit. You feel me? He was harsh. He gave you the uncut truth, no cut cards, no none of that.
Exactly. That real truth.
No deal. They couldn't handle that. I mean,
a lot of people can't handle the truth though.
That's a fact.
Men have been handling truth since beginning of the time. We as a man, we know for a fact, bro, we gotta have realistic expectations. I say this all the time. If I want a Bria Miles, bro, I know I got to work for that woman. I can't just say I deserve Bria Miles because I'm a man. No, I know I got to get my shit in order. And when
you got in your mind that you got to beat the last, you got to outweigh the last dude that she had.
I got to compete. That's Bria Miles. That's a
y'all had to jump on there with a girl.
Not even the last dude, the other three dudes she talking to.
Exactly. So as men, we know that
and the beta orbiters, the ones that's trying to get in still.
So that's what I'm saying. Men know from the beginning that we have to compete for the woman that we want, regardless. Like when women hear that word compete, is like, why should I have to compete for a man? Oh, he should want me for me. They don't have to bring no other attributes outside of beauty.
I watched that video today again when she said, "Cause I'm me." What you mean? Cause I'm me. If you want a job interview, why should I hire you? Because I'm me.
Yeah, you should definitely get that job, man. Yo, but Jay, man, we appreciate you, man. We gotta get to these other people. We appreciate you calling in.
Y'all know that.
Appreciate y'all, my boys. Guy. Appreciate
my guy.
Yeah, Jay always coming in, man.
All right, he definitely come through, man. Shout out to Jay, man. Yo.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Shantae.
Hey, what's going on?
Before we get into this, if y'all just in the chat or y'all just join the chat, make sure y'all get them likes up, man. Definitely help us out. And if y'all want to call, if y'all want to jump in on live stream, man.
How much likes we have right now?
I don't even know. I gotta look at that shit. No. Yeah, 143. Actually not that bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we actually got the right amount of. All right, my fault. I was wilding.
That's good.
Yo, but anyway, if y'all want to call in, man, I got it pinned in the chat. I got it pinned in the description. I'm gonna put the link in right now. You know, I got my co-host is immature. They might say some pause or something like, you know what I mean? But anyway,
you was just pausing me because
I mean, that was kind of crazy though. Like,
I ain't gonna bring up what you said earlier, but it's cool. What's up, Shantae? What up?
Hi, how are y'all? How y'all doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
How you?
I'm doing real good. I'm glad to be on here with y'all. I've been like following y'all and watching y'all for like probably about, I'm fresh to y'all, so like maybe about 3.5, almost 4 months now. Yeah, on Instagram. I really like y'all's content. I just think it's really entertaining. You guys have a good platform, so keep doing what y'all are doing. It's really like inspiring.
Appreciate it. It always means more when it comes from a woman, man, because you know.
Oh yeah,
guys, the fellas give us our props, but you know, the few women that do tune in, it's good to hear them say that. But
the women,
yeah, no, it's good to see Black men doing something like other than, you know, the typical rapping, playing ball, or playing sports. Y'all are actually having a platform. Y'all are talking about different things that go on in the communities. It's just really good. Applaud you guys. That's really great.
Thank you.
So what you
You're
want?
welcome.
Yeah, what you want?
So I actually saw like, so I watch sometimes. I have a podcast show that I'm starting, and I watch sometimes like, I don't know if you guys ever heard, I'm sure you guys have heard of like Divorce Court. So I watch sometimes some of the like episodes up there just to get ideas for like topics for like relationships and things like that. And so like, I just wanted to ask you guys for real, or talk about like what I'm noticing and what I've experienced even in my own like, relationship and dating scene is like mothers that have a strong attachment of detaching from their sons versus like their daughters. And like, I was wondering if you guys think that that's, and it's not even just, because I know you guys do talk about like the single mom and women with children and things like that. But it's not always necessarily just the single mom. Sometimes it's the mother that has a partner or a husband. I just always kind of have seen in like just like in my own lifetime that there's a different bond and connection with a mother and her son versus a mother and her daughter. Not to say that there's not a bond with the mother and the daughter, but it just seems as though, and you guys are of course are sons of mothers. It just seems as though mothers seem to have a little bit of an enabling nature or a attachment to like either maybe they look at their sons as kind of like not a husband figure, but just like a comfort in a way.
And I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. And I'm sorry. I just want to say too, I am a mother of 2 boys. I have a 6 and a 4-year-old.
Okay. So
at this point, I don't think I'm going to have a problem detaching, but I don't know if that's going to be the same when they get older. And I am a single mother.
It's too early.
Yeah, it's too early. But I just wanted to see if that was like I just wanted to get a perspective from the male's point of view, because you kind of always know from the woman's point of view why they get attached to their sons, and they always say there's a different bond. So I just kind of wanted you guys' like opinion or perspective on that, kind of give me some clarity.
I never really had that experience with my mother, but I would say, even like hearing from my girls, you know, she believes her mother favors me over her, or even her brother over her, right? And
really?
Because, I also believe that, you know, women usually get attached to the men, you know, their sons, because that's the longest relationship some of them ever had with a man. Not saying it has to be physical.
The bond.
Some of them may not grow up with their fathers. You already have a mother in your life.
Right.
You're used to being with one of your sisters. Not always arguing. But that man that's the only man that respects them first.
So like my father, that makes a lot of sense. My father passed away when I was 8.
Yeah.
And yeah, so and I didn't really have another bond with another man. That's interesting. I never thought about it that way.
That is really interesting. And to add on to that, it might be the only man that will love you unconditionally. Because even if you get a boyfriend or a husband, it may be conditions to the way he loves you or how he loves you. But your son will always love you unconditionally.
You treat him good, he gonna look out for mama forever.
forever.
Right.
Daughter moves on and gets a family with another man. She takes his last name and all that stuff.
Right. See, I've always been told that it's the other way around. I've always been told, your sons, they detach from you at a certain age, which that makes sense. And, they find a wife and they leave and things like that. But I guess, it still can go both ways. Technically, your children are either way, sons, daughters are going to eventually, leave.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I think some mothers are jealous of their daughters because some mothers have kids so young that the age range ain't as large as it used to be back in the day. Like, so the mother is still out here competing on the dating scene, just like the daughter. Sometimes they be competing for the same man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there might be a little bit of jealousy, on the mother's end for the daughter because they feel like they view them as competition.
Yo, real quick, shout out to you, Reed, the Blender Magnus. Says, "Sup, fam? Keep up the good work." Shout out to you.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I just like,
I don't have no data to back that up. Like, that's just my observation. Like,
yeah, I can agree with I agree with all of you guys. I just noticed that it just seems very common, especially kind of unfortunately to say, in the Black community, there is a lot of single moms and sons that don't grow up without their fathers, or they have like a halfway connection with them, or they're kind of in and out, things like that. So I also was wondering if that has something to do with it too, like just a cultural effect kind of thing, where like, because the man or something isn't there, the woman tends to naturally get attached to the next male that is in the house, which is the son.
I think like whatever race you go or whatever family structure there is, you've always heard this daddy little girl, and the mother and the sons always had like a different bond. I don't know. That's what I've always heard. So I don't know if it's specific to the Black community. I don't think it's specific to the Black community, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I just think that's just nature at this point.
As far as like with it being a lot of single like mothers in the home and things like that. That's what I was saying. Like, you are right as far as like in any culture, any race, a mother has a certain type of attachment and bond with her son, like no matter what. So, but yeah, I just wanted a little bit of clarity on that because I had watched an episode and the mother was involved with the son and his wife, and it was causing a downward effect in the marriage. So do you think that can also be like an issue? Like if you're a son that's like a quote unquote, he kept saying he was a mama's boy. He was very proud of it. Yeah. But the mom was like coming in their house whenever she wanted. She had a key. She was like coming over there washing clothes and doing just the stuff that the wife wanted to do. The wife felt she was being imposed on, and he really felt like he was in the middle. So I was just wondering how that kind of, do you think sometimes that can have an effect too?
We had on real quick, we had on our show not too long ago, actually, a woman said that if your mom is in the car, right? Let's say you're going to pick her up from work and your mom is in the car, that she should get out for the girlfriend or the wife. And I'm like, bro, if my mom in the front seat, like, you gonna have to get like, my mom not gonna get out for you. Like,
right, of course.
She was like, like offended that, that was even a thing. Like, you know what I mean? So, I know that dynamic can be a little tricky in a relationship, because both sides equally want the attention of the son and or boyfriend or husband or fiance, whatever the case is. So I know that plays a factor.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for letting me come on. I had a little quick something I just wanted to ask, just because I've been seeing it kind of pop up a little bit here and there, and I just wanted some clarity from a male's perspective.
I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, calling in.
Yeah, thank you guys. Y'all have a good night. Huh?
You might have to make this a topic on the show now.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be great. Yeah, because it's something that, I personally had an experience with a mama's boy. And it didn't work out too well, but we're cool. Everything's cool now, but at that time it didn't. And I've always like kind of wondered that, because I just kind of see it more often than not. So, but thank you guys for letting me come on. It was my pleasure, and good luck with everything. I'm gonna keep watching you guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it.
We love black women supporting us. We love it. Thank you.
Yes, yes. All right, you guys have a good night. Bye.
Yeah, I think women are very territorial, but when it comes to your mother and your wife,
Yeah, let me hear you.
It's almost like you have to choose one. Like one gotta be more important than the other.
Well, I mean, good thing my mom wasn't there, so it won't be a hard decision.
I knew you was gonna say that though, man.
I love you, mama. Still.
All right. Well, I'm only talking to Eli there, yo. Eli, man. You think that's gonna be a hard decision for you?
A hard decision, y'all know I love my mama, like I mean, but
I love my mom, so that's
but the thing is, both our moms are married, so they have that significant other, like you get what I'm saying. So
they'll be more understanding.
Yeah. I think my mom will be more understanding, obviously, if I did put my wife, as a first priority. You know what I mean? But now if my mom was single, that's kind of tough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little tough. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So would you struggle with the who's sitting in the front seat situation?
Nah, my mom's
in the front seat first. Yeah, stay there. Nobody has
that's a fact. Whoever's in the front seat, just
But that's easy. That's easy for y'all to say. But if that's the issue between them, then what do you do?
I'm gonna tell them to grow the fuck up. You fucking both. That's why I know about seat like a little ass kid.
Yo, when I was on that single show with Security Boss, that was a question that they asked me, like, yo, who am I gonna make sit in the front? So I'm like, yo, I go sit in the back. Somebody could drive and the other person could sit in the front. Y'all both in the front.
I'm like, yo, y'all both gonna either find a seat or y'all both could get out and get a cab because I ain't dealing with this shit.
You gonna kick your mama out the car? Like,
you could get.
No, come on, mama. If mama acting like she 10 years old, she my mama. She should. This some shit she would have told me.
What's up, fellas? What's up?
What's goody, man?
Good, man.
What's good,
Nothing much. Just Black Knight, man. Yo, man, I was gonna say, man, I was looking at some of the recent news, man, and seeing how this guy just went down into the hood and just shot up a whole grocery market of black people, and most of the victims were black women. And then
I didn't even know black women. But I know. 11 out of 13 was black people. But I didn't know they was mostly black women.
Yeah, and they were older black women. Not only that, you look at the lacrosse team from an HBCU. They got stopped by cops in Georgia, and the whole bus was searched for drugs. No drugs were found, but it was just a bus full of black women. They got stopped. And so I started thinking to myself, man, like, yo, I know we're having this manosphere and talking about black men and everything, but we have to get to a point where we come with a narrative for unity with black women, because this push and pull that we do between each other, we have to start, as black men, I say we have to start calling out that group of black men that ain't shit ass niggas, or the Pookies and Ray Rays, right? And holding you guys accountable online when they pop up and with the bullshit. Same thing what I'm telling sisters. Yo, y'all got it, and especially sisters, you have to start calling out bad sisters. This bullshit.
All right, bro.
Because
I gotta stop you there, because like men, we can hold each other accountable. We can even listen to each other and argue about it.
Yeah,
but women defend women whether they know they regardless. So
yeah.
And a point I want to make about that too is I totally understand where you're coming from about holding the Pookies and the Ray Rays accountable, and I totally agree. But at the end of the day, this is what I always say. At the end of the day, if the woman is still rewarding that man with sex or they buy him stuff, like, who's that man going to listen to? The guy that's just telling him, yo, my nigga, you in the wrong, or the woman that's going to have sex with him every night? 9 times out of 10, he's not going to care about what a guy is saying if the woman is still rewarding him for his toxic behavior. You get what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying about we do got to hold them accountable, but women are still rewarding these same men, like, then they not going to change. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, now I saw something the other day. I forgot this pastor's name, but he was talking about Kevin Samuels and using him in his Mother's Day fucking sermon, right? And so what I was looking at when I say call black men out is even in the church. You know, you don't have black men in the church no more. Why? Because they sell a dream. There's no accountability in the church. So you got a black pastor, male, who espouses that black women should divest from black men and go find you know, who you love. Somebody's gonna love you regardless. And I'm like, yo, when I say call out black men, I mean finding those with the microphones that are saying this crazy shit. Not only that, we have to start calling out the influencers. Cynthia G got a whole channel. Always talking about divesting and you got to get your weapons. Yo, these are low-key terrorists.
Absolutely.
And they're also helping the supremacists
groups, yeah,
be comfortable with being white supremacists. Because if we're not calling them out, and this is what I'm saying, the reason why we got to call them out, because of situations like this, because it's getting a lot dangerous out here. It's not getting easy, it's getting dangerous. And if we don't start as black men calling this bullshit out for what it is, instead of circling the horse and saying, oh, well, they ain't gonna listen. I don't give a shit if you don't listen. Somebody's gonna see you calling them out. You see what I'm saying? It just starts with the conversation.
So what do you say about the black? Do you have that same energy for black men that like convince other black men to divest and go to Brazil and Colombia and things of those nature? Do you have that same energy for the black men?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're damn right, because see, here's the deal. We're getting diluted in the United States, okay? Our families are getting diluted. Not just because we're not getting married.
Hold on 1 second. This woman right here, man, I'm tired of this woman, and I really don't even want to give it that much. You know, she's one of the women that's in the divestment community. You know, she is. I fake do want her to call in, but I don't know if I got the energy to deal with that.
What did she say?
She's like one of the women that black women that preach that that divestment movement BS. Like she part of the hate group, like, you know what I mean? So
no, because I'm gonna tell you here's the deal with the divestment group. They have no problems when they divest, but when a brother divests, he hates his mama. He don't like black folk. I mean, it's crazy because I'm like even if you look at the entertainment, Godfrey, the entertainer, called this out. He said, if you look at most of the advertisement for weddings and Cheerios and all that stuff, what do you always see? A black woman with a white man, right? You see a black woman.
Yeah, that's what you see, yeah.
Right. And so what is this? Why is this narrative constantly being pushed? Because they take a black woman's work ethic and use it in corporate. But tell them, hey, don't worry, you can disrespect that black man. We got you. We'll take care of everything. We'll pay for everything. Don't worry about them. We'll make sure you're okay as long as you sell him to us. Because our prison systems will still make money off of him.
Eli always point out, you know, that they always got black women in leadership roles in every movie and TV show.
Yeah, that's a fact. They purposely leave out black men in leadership positions because they don't want that image of a black man with a position of power. Like, I've started to notice that a lot more movies, you know, a lot more just in media, they want to push that narrative of the black woman being a leader and in charge, and they you know what I mean? They overlook the black men, you know, for those same reasons, you know. And a lot of these women in these divestment movements that be preaching and get a white man, they don't even have a white man themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? They preaching
at all.
BS.
And here's the crazy part is they see that. Now, I like to ask sisters this. For all that energy y'all gave Kevin Samuels, why didn't y'all get that energy for that black woman that got beat up by that white boy and he went to go rehabilitate after he beat the shit out of this black woman? But the black football star to beat up the white woman, he ain't going to prison. But you didn't hear them go off on the white boy and like, yo, you need to put this motherfucker in jail. Look what he did to her face.
I mean, we just had 2 white men kill 2 black women on dating apps, like, and that got swept under the rug. But yet it's still, yo, get you a white man, white king, and all this. Like, I'm just like, I really don't get it, you know. And black, and I'm not going to say black men do the same thing. I see the divestment communities for black men talking about get your passports. I see that same thing, and that narrative is not going to help. It's not going to help.
No, not at all.
Everybody's
not at
pushing
all.
each other away from the black community, so it's not going to help that either.
Because at the end of the day, if you look at it like this, us fighting over these same arguments, and I try. What I personally try to do is not circle the wagon. I don't like circling the wagon when it comes to these issues because we keep on saying, well, there's some over here and there's some over there. No, let's call these groups out and let's separate the two, because here it is. Most of the rapes, I just saw that Judge Hatchett got touched by a sheriff. The judge that's on television, he sexually assaulted Judge Hatchett. No problem. Where are the black women for her? Well, why are they not calling this bullshit out? But see, what it is that sisters only call out against black men. And this is where I think a lot of this comes from, is from the Willie Lynch ideal of how to make a slave. You get the black woman. You tear a black man up in front of his sister, his daughters, his sons. You tear him up to pieces in front of him. And guess what? You'll set in her mind that, hey, there's no protection for you. So it creates an independent mindset. And then they'll raise boys to be dependent and raise their daughters to be independent, causing a reverse in human psychology for the children. Whereas in other groups of humans or nationalities, they understand that the boy or the man is supposed to be on the upper echelon, not the girl.
You know what I want to say real quick, and I had this conversation with Jew and Ace, and I think often in our community, we, as soon as the man turned 18, he graduate college, the parents push him out to get a job, to go and get a job. And on the opposite end, we push our daughters to go and get the education. So even myself, as soon as I graduated, my mom was like, yo, you got to get a job. You got to start paying bills. So they pushed me into the workforce to work. My mom did give me that option to go to school, obviously. But the first thing was, and throughout when I was growing up, yo, you got to pay these bills. You got to get a job, pay these bills, this, that, and if you want to live under my house, you got to pay these bills. We don't never
you want to pay it yourself.
Yeah, we don't never tell our daughters that, but we push them to go to college and get these educations, while we push our sons to go right into the workforce. So, you know what I mean? So
and even in the Willie Lynch letter, the book, and you guys, if you can get a chance, go get this book, man. It's called The Willie Lynch Letter: How to Make a Slave. And even in that letter, it said, by doing this programming and mixing a little white blood in the black blood, we'll create ass backward donkeys. They'll be dumb. One won't know the other from the other. And we'll have the black woman out front while the black man's scared out back. And see, what it is it's conditioning the mind to believe that we're inferior or somehow weaker. And when you do that years and years, you're programming women's minds, our women's minds, to believe that. And in that book, it talks about by the time a black boy turns 16, the mother will already have had him ready to go into the workforce. And this is good economic reform for years to come to keep America alive. It's right there, man.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. Yo, but Black King, man, I appreciate you. You always coming in speaking that, that real, man. Appreciate you calling.
Hey, yo, y'all be good, man. Be blessed.
Word, you too.
What up with you?
Yeah, man. Man, there's a lot to dissect in that conversation, man. Like,
that's a fact.
Yeah, what's going on, Melanie? I don't know. It's not letting me. And yo, Kim, you gonna add Melody in? Okay. Yo,
it was good.
Hello.
Why you not cammed up, man? What's up?
Because I'm actually at work.
Oh, everybody at work tonight. What's up, man?
Getting that money, man.
Word.
I'm so curious. I watch your show a lot and I enjoy it, but I'm curious to hear what the standard is, like for African American men. I've dated in my community. I've dated outside of my community. I have dated white men more frequently lately, but I'm curious as to what the standard is that you think that they should have, that we should judge them based off of. Because I feel like I judge white men and black men based off of the same standard. And I feel like
I don't think so.
feel like we're more. I feel like I have to be a lot more forgiving in my community than outside of it.
So wait, before we go into, what is your standard?
I feel like my standard is, for a man in general, I would like for him to come stable with his own money. It doesn't have to be 6 figures. Could you please not be on Instagram liking and sharing every girl's pictures? Could you maybe be focused on just me? And can we be focused on building something together? I feel like we have so many options. I personally don't have social media other than watching YouTube, but I feel like we have so many options. It's so difficult to keep specifically men in my community focused.
Where you from?
I'm from Florida.
Okay, Florida.
2 Black parents.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just curious what the standard is that I should judge the men in our community off
The
of.
same standards I think you judge white men, I think you should properly do the same thing for black men. I think oftentimes I think that black women do give more of a leniency towards white men because of social conditioning. Like how many white men you got to see shoot up fucking mass murdering? How many white people have colonized the world, put enslaved people, but y'all still think the greatest of them while y'all paint black men as these monsters, as thugs. Sometimes some black women ain't no better than white supremacists. Y'all paint us all as thugs. Y'all put us into a box. There's a lot of black men. I promise you, there's a lot of black men that's putting in the work, that's making the money that you want. But I don't think you properly are vetting them because you probably have a stereotype towards certain black men or just black men in general. Mm-hmm. And with those same white men, you know, you don't have those stereotypes because of the Disney movies, because of the social brainwashing that you may or may not have gone through, the Christian Greys of the movie world. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, I don't want to pick on you specifically. I've had conversations with black women who have went out their way to date white men. And we just have, matter of fact, we just on our show not too long ago, we had a black woman say that she had higher standards for black men than she did for white men. You know what I mean? This is a black woman who said that. So when we hear things like that, I live in New York City. I've seen black women date white men riding city bikes with roommates. They bums, which I give them the benefit of the doubt because they are white.
And it's unacceptable as a black man to do that.
Black man. But and I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm just trying to share my experiences.
I don't. Everyone gets the same treatment. I have a father that's a felon, so I don't look at a black man and just say, oh, well, he has issues or he's black, so there has to be something wrong with them. I have a father who's a felon. So I tend to be a little bit more biased and more understanding, but I'm saying, are all of you guys single on the show? I know the guy that's down below, he's not, with the gray shirt.
Yeah.
He has a girlfriend, I think.
Me and Eli single, yeah.
Why?
I'll be honest with you. I'm single because I had a woman who prioritized her happiness in a relationship over mine. She thought the relationship was only about making her happy, and she did little to nothing to support me in my efforts while I supported her in every endeavor she had. So, and I got tired of that, honestly. Like a lot of relationships I've been in like that with black women. And is it wrong for me to be like, well, let me go date white women because I have this standard for black? Like, no, it's not. Like, I still love black women. I'm still continuing to date black women. I want to be with black women.
Do you mind if I ask where you met this girl?
I met her. I just met her in the street. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just talked to her, had a conversation with her. We kicked it. You know what I mean? That's about it.
And the other man? I'm sorry. Your names aren't listed on here.
Names ain't popping because we got the super chat right here.
I'm Ace. I don't know. But shout out to B Moses real quick. You're all doing a great job, fellas. We appreciate that. That's real. That's real. That's love. While I'm single, my last relationship ended because it's kind of the same thing with Eli. I feel like I was putting a lot into the relationship and it wasn't being reciprocated. She wasn't willing to compromise on a lot of things, and I was the only one willing to compromise. And while I'm still single, I'm on a dating market that's rough out here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yes, I'm looking, but it's rough. It's rough.
And look, I'm not going to even lie to you. I should be the one that's single for the way I've treated even my girl per se. These two dudes, I'm with them majority of the time. And I can tell you that they're honest, straight up dudes, faithful. And I swear, like, I won't toot no other niggas' horn. These dudes are really good men. You get what I'm saying? Like, I felt like if anybody should have been single out this rotation, it should be me. You get what I'm saying? Like everything they're accused of, I probably did. You get what I'm saying? So it's crazy out here. And that's why I always say, like, the nice guy finished last.
That's fact.
Yeah, for me personally, I don't think divestment is necessarily about Black men being horrible. I really do think that narrative needs to be kind of scrapped. I think it's people that are just trying to adapt to what they have access to. If I had access to a lot of decent Black men, that would be my first choice, but I don't.
But
And I've gone on dates with a lot of them, and I just sat down with a dude today that swears that he wants me to be his wife, and he's swiping through Instagram looking at girls and liking pics.
But liking pics,
But out. How is that acceptable?
What is the big deal with liking pics? What is that doing?
How is that appropriate? Would it be appropriate for me to be sitting there swiping pics of other men and liking them in front of your face while I'm trying to get to know you and you're trying to get to know me?
Y'all on a date and he on IG swiping and liking pics?
Yeah.
He gotta go.
That's cap, bro. No, that's cap.
Yeah, he gotta.
It's not cap. That really happened, and it's not the first time.
So what you're saying is you never had any bad experiences dating outside your race?
I'm not saying I haven't had bad experiences.
You don't think white men are just ain't shit, just like every other man? You don't think Asian men or the Hispanic men ain't shit, just like every other group of men?
I'm saying the ones that I've dated, because like I said, I hold everybody to the same standard, tend to not come with as much baggage.
You know what it is too, though. Like, growing up as a Black man, we honored, having different women as a badge. You know what I mean? That was our currency. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's still a flaw of ours, but it's something that we need to grow out of. Where, white men had other things and other groups of people, Asian, they focused on school. They focused on this. We focused on taking women down and going to the next woman. And that was our crown at a point. But women usually like those type of guys. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it worked some kind of way.
But let me ask you also, where are you meeting these men?
The last guy I just told you about, I met him at church.
Ooh, okay.
The white dude or the Black dude you said? So where you meeting?
The Black dude, I met him at church.
Or these men of other ethnicities, where are you meeting them at?
The other guy that I dated that was a doctor, I met him at a restaurant. The other one I met at the beach, usually in around St. Armand Circle area.
You meet a lot of guys. Are you married? I mean, you engaged right now?
I've been engaged 3 times.
You've been engaged 3 times and you ain't married none of them?
3 times, yes.
Why not? Was it all by Black men or was this other groups of men?
I've been proposed to 3 times and not one of them was from a Black man.
And you still didn't marry none of them?
No, I was going to school and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do as far as my own life. And I wanted to be able to give 110% into my relationship. And I have my father in the home. So he taught me what the standard was going to be somebody's wife. And I wasn't going to give a man anything less than what my father taught me would be the standard. And I don't accept anything less than what my father did for me as the standard. So
I don't know. It's the math ain't math. And you've been proposed to 3 times by non-Black men,
but not married.
But yet you coming on the platform try to say that Black men are not up to your standard. I guess you're saying. Look,
I didn't say they're not up to the standard. I said, what is the standard that we should be judging them based off of? That would be appropriate or acceptable. Because clearly mine might be wrong. That's what I asked.
Like my answer is going to be the same standards you judge the other groups of men on.
Your biggest concern is like.
No, give one. No, I'm not saying go based off of mine. I'm saying you should give us. It's your show. You should give us the standard that we should be looking for. This is the standard that you guys should be looking for in order to find a decent Black man. I don't think it should be about white men. If you want a decent Black man, this is the standard you should hold them accountable to in order to find a good one. And, and then shoot your shot from there. And this is what we should be accepting from you. So that's what I'm asking you to give. What is the standard that we should go by?
I feel like the standard should be a man who's financially stable, who has a good job. You don't got to make 6 figures, like you said.
Ambitious
Give
though.
me a number. Do you mind?
Now you want to
This
know?
economy is pretty shaky.
I don't know what the cost of living is in Florida, but
In Tampa, the rent is over $2,000. In Lakewood Ranch, where I live, the rent is about $2,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment. Go ahead.
what?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That sounds like some New
That
York
sounds
shit.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm not
yeah,
kidding. Feel free to Google
I
it
would
right
say
now.
70, 60 to 70K. You go work with that, man, in Florida. I don't know where you live. Maybe I don't know. But anything obviously higher than that, you know what I mean? A guy who's family oriented, he wants to have a family.
Ambitious.
Ambitious. Ambitious is such an ambiguous word, like, you know what I mean? But you got to be able to vet these dudes properly. Somebody that
can communicate.
Somebody that can communicate. If he's doing the work to heal himself, because a lot of black men, we do have trauma. We deal with a specific type of trauma that other ethnic groups of men don't deal with. If he's doing the work to better himself, I believe that's it. Like I said, the same standards you will hold everybody else to.
And most importantly, how he treats you.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's treating you good, and like you said, if he's now on IG on a date, that's ridiculous. Like obviously that's
I've seen it with women too. They'll be on a date on IG. I feel like social media has really has people's attention heavily.
Mm-hmm. But as a man, that's unacceptable. And matter of fact, as a person, like you can't be on a date on IG. Like that's like I know if I'm on a date with a woman and she's on IG swiping and liking pictures, that'd be the last date me and her have as well. So it's all about how the person treats you. They should be making a standard amount of money. I'm not saying he got to pay your bills. He definitely got to be able to take care of himself. I mean, but all in all is about how the person makes you feel. Yeah, and you got to go for that.
I think that's a great list of things to look for. Statistics are not in your favor when it comes to that, though.
Well, I mean, you
financially
live in
wise,
the craziest people in the world live in
statistics
Florida.
ain't in our favor when it comes to the type of women that
financially. Financially, the standard,
too, like,
the average African American woman makes about $50,000 a year.
That's not true.
If it goes to men, it's about like 60.
That's not true. Not African American women. They make like $34,000 to $35,000 a year. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I said less than $50,000 a year.
Oh yeah, 74% make less than 50. Okay.
Yeah. And if we're gonna get on black men, it's gonna fall in there too.
Okay, yeah, and black men, you're right, but
so
I get what you're saying about
white men too are barely making it.
Yeah, but what are you judging men based off of? Are you judging them purely off of money? Because now you just talking about money. You ain't talking about how he treats you, if he's loyal.
I didn't. I'm hitting one thing at a time, but I started with the money part first.
Yeah, that's the
so
biggest
stability.
thing.
We're hitting stability. We're hitting stability because, like he said, he said they need to be able to take care of themselves, not necessarily pay my bills, but take care of themselves. If rent is $2,000 a month, that's $48,000 a year. Your check is gone. So that's just taking care of you. That's not taking care of me.
Right.
I don't go into a situation saying I need my man to take care of me. I go into a situation saying we can build together. That's what I saw my parents do, build together.
Right.
My dad was a stay-at-home father for the first couple of years of my life. Yeah, my dad was a stay-at-home dad for the first few years of my life. And then later on, he ended up paying off my mom's house and retiring them early. So I don't feel like he needs to come in immediately and pay my bills.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, like I said, we could give you a list, but you seem like you very much have your own list that you're going to continue to choose from. And like I said, if you find happiness with a man of another ethnicity, more power to you. Like, you know what I mean? But, if you just judging black men based off of a stereotype or, what you see in the media, or maybe a few bad experiences that you had with them, even though you was proposed 3 times by non-black men and you didn't say yes. But I mean,
what somebody pointed out in our comments, 2,000 times 12 is 24,000, not 48. So that's not your
I'm sorry, 2,000. I'm sorry, it's 24,000. I apologize.
That's not.
I've been working. I'm on my 12th hour of work. I apologize.
Well,
but
anyway,
I was curious.
But yeah, in order to build generational wealth, you need both parties on deck.
Yeah, both parties to be on side. Like, you know what I mean?
So if he's bringing in his 48,000, you're bringing in your, I don't know how much you make, whatever. Y'all should be able to make that situation work, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So
I'm curious, outside of all the stereotypes, what the standard should be for our community. I feel like the focus on white versus black, what should be the focus in our community and what the standard is. If we're not looking at stereotypes, because most of us, if we are living in the community or have family in the community, we're not looking at them. What should the standard be? Why else are women divesting if we're not talking about stereotypes?
Be how a person treats you and how it makes you feel and how you feel about them. That's the standard.
Yeah. And y'all can divest all y'all want. I'm gonna tell you right now, white men ain't flocking in bulk to black women. No other ethnic groups are flocking in bulk to black women. So I mean, y'all can keep talking about it, but white men have the variety of options, especially in America. Matter of fact, in the world. So you have to be, you have to compete for them, which I'm pretty sure you would do it for white men. I'm pretty sure you would compete for a white man, but you wouldn't do that for a black man.
But on that note, I'm just curious of why none of the 3 engagements didn't go through. You mind sharing that?
She said she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready to be a wife.
I expressed I was going to school and I just was not ready for that yet. And I said I wanted to be the best kind of wife I could be, and it just was not it for me yet.
In all 3 engagements?
All 3. I was very young. My first engagement was at 19 years old.
Okay. What about the other 2?
My last one was at 26, and the other one was at 22. I was not ready yet.
So why did you agree to the engagement if you weren't ready?
I think in the moment you think about love and this is what I want to do. And then you think about, sometimes people don't think about, am I going to be a good partner to them? Am I going to be able to give them the best that they deserve? I don't go into it thinking, oh my gosh, what are all the things that he can give to me? Can I give him everything he wants? Am I going to meet his standard? And I don't want to fail at my first marriage. I want my first marriage to be the last one I have.
Mm-hmm. So you don't think you can grow as a wife while you're married?
I think divorce rate is about 50%. And I'm not going to say that I'm not going to toss a coin on my marriage.
I mean, but that's mostly on the woman's side of the marriage through finances, and what is it? 70% finances is the reason that divorces happen, and it's mostly on the female side of the marriage.
Yeah, well, men go in for sex and looks. Women go in for stability. I don't think it's wrong for a woman to go in sensibly and say, I would like to make sure that if I end up in a hospital and I can't pay my portion of the bills and I finally come out, we lost everything.
Okay, so you want to make sure that you was right financially before you enter the marriage.
Yeah, I think everybody looks for that when you're a woman. I'm not saying that for men. I'm saying that's what women are looking for. It's not always about a Birkin bag. Mm-hmm. Some people would like to have the peace of mind of, like I said, if you get injured, we're going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. So you feel like you're ready for marriage now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
But it's not necessarily that I've dated men that make 6 figures or more. I've dated men that make millions. I've dated professional athletes. At this point, it's not about the money. I just want a decent guy.
Right.
That's going to stay off of Instagram, stop with all the foolishness and focus on building together. But I feel like social media has everybody distracted on stuff that really doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Instead of
maybe you just not that interesting. Like, you ever think about that?
That I'm not that interesting?
Yeah.
Is that because people are spending so much time watching 30-second videos and actually living real life?
I'm just saying, maybe you're just not that interesting. Like, maybe you won't have a personality to engage somebody, so you feel like you gotta be in his phone.
I've been engaged 3 times. I might be kind of engaging.
I mean, that don't really mean nothing to me if you ain't getting married. Like, you know what I mean? So
I'm the one who said no.
We don't know that. You know what I mean? But anyway, Melody, we appreciate you calling in. You know, this is a very interesting conversation. Like, hopefully you find the man you're looking for, whether he black, white,
out there. And invite us.
I hope you guys like it.
All right. Appreciate her for tuning in.
This nigga Eli's the worst, bro. Yo, shout out to Kenny Snacks, man. He said, why did she accept the proposal if she wasn't ready? Wasting men's time and thinking, well, her options are limitless. Wait until those 30s hit. That's
I
a
mean,
fact.
that's probably what happened now. The 30s hit, and now she, looking beyond money.
Yo, but to her point, man, you say you financially stable now, so it's all about how a man makes you feel and how he treats you. So that's what you should be looking for in a man.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully she found what she looking for, man. Like she seemed like she got her list.
Man, one of y'all should take her on a date, show her how black men do. Yo, Rashad, take on a date, bro.
Rashad, what's good, bro? What's good?
Yo, Rashad, before we get into this, man, let me see what the likes at, man, because I gotta. Yeah, make sure we get these likes up, man. I need these likes to be even, man. We got 249 people in this live. I need 50 likes in this now.
I just want to point out that Eli usually say excuse me for like hanging up on people early, but he didn't do it this time.
It was really an accident though. Like it just slipped over. Though.
Yeah, you disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie.
I was about to say, why you cut her off like that? Like,
word, man.
Bro, it was an accident. Like it happens. Mistakes happen. Like I mean.
Yeah, I feel it.
Rashad, what you want to talk about today?
Hey man, I want to talk about the selfishness of some chicks, bro. Because Shorty that just came on, I don't know what the fuck she was talking about. She said she got engaged 3 times and said no to all 3 of them. I'm like, what? Like, you don't get lucky 3 times. Like, some dudes in the NBA don't even win championships 3 times, bro. Like what are you talking about? Like, yo, you got 3 dudes got on one knee and said, "Will you marry me?" And then midway through the engagement, you said, "I don't want to do this." Pretty tripping.
The crazy part is, I understand a woman has the right, obviously, to decline a man's offer, but they don't understand how much that affects a man mentally getting rejected. Niggas say, yo. I'm about to put on the whole Kevin Samuels spit next show, man. Stop playing, man. But I don't think they know how much that affects men mentally, like getting rejected after you undid the most, you know what I mean, humiliating thing. Like, you know what I mean? So that's the funniest things you ever seen now, huh? Like, yeah. Yo, shout out to BBQ. He said people were looking for her, now she looking for him. That's a fact. But my fault. Rashad, what were you talking about? Yo, they laughing at me all, like, you know what I mean?
Now we talk about how some women can be selfish because a lot of brothers on the live talking about they ain't feeling appreciated, like the brother Mitch, and I feel him, bro. Like not that long ago, I was in a situation like that where I spent like $700 on a chick, bro. Like flowers, teddy bears. It was right on Valentine's Day too. She hit me. I hit her with the where my gift at. She hit me with the, well, you the man. You're supposed to do that.
I heard that too.
I'm like, what? Like, bro, I spent 700 bills on you, bro. Got you flowers, 2 Coach bags. One of them was your favorite color, like, and all I get is I'm supposed to, like, bitch, you tripping, bro.
Yeah, she trying to give you that same pussy you had 2 days ago, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
nah, but I do want to get into this, but I'm just thankful that we do have this platform because black men do need to have a safe space to express their experiences with women, and not even in a bashful way, because that's not what we're trying to do. But we just trying to give people a platform to express themselves and have these conversations. Like Mitch said, man, he felt unappreciated by black women, and I know a lot of black men, including myself, who do feel that same way. And it's not with all women, but we're allowed to actually admit that, say that out loud now, and have these platforms. But to go back to the about the selfish thing, that is true. But women have been conditioned to think that, what I always say with the happy wife, happy life situation, like, you know what I mean? Nobody cares about the husband's happiness. Nobody cares about the man's happiness. It's all about making your wife and your girl happy. So of course they're not going to necessarily reciprocate the energy because they have been taught that they don't have to, that a man is supposed to do everything. A man is supposed to go out their way to make them happy.
So,
you know what I mean?
So E, what you gonna say? You don't think men should take accountability for that? What's up, bro?
Well, facts, yeah.
That is true. Men do need to take, because it'd be a lot of men echoing that happy wife, happy life. I hear that mostly from men, honestly, to be honest with you. Happy spouse situation over here, like, you know what I mean? So, but I'm not. That is true. Men do have to stop. It's okay that be happy in a relationship. You know what I mean? Like to be wanted in a relationship, to be reciprocated, have that same energy reciprocated in a relationship. You know, and like I said, I can't necessarily fault the women because that's what they've been programmed. That's what media has been telling them. You know what I mean? So, what about you, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I think now I feel like men are being more vocal about it. Where we getting a little bit more pushback, but it's because, like you said, that's like the regular. We've been fucking taught from as young men to how to always keep a woman happy. It's never been a course, unless you're an F-boy like me in my pastime, is when you get treated like a king. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the norm. I don't know. I think more talking and more communicating. Because I feel like even my girl, Valentine's Day wasn't an important holiday for her to, give something to me as well. And I don't even think men really want much. You know what I mean? It's just like the thought that counts. But
It's an idea.
with that, with me saying it, or maybe even her hearing it on our show, she's like, oh, maybe he does care about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, once women do, I think they do, but once they hear it from us to say that we want something, or we want initiative, appreciation, and all this other stuff, I think they'll start to get it. We could only pray.
You really don't hear. It's funny because when we had that Valentine's Day episode and women were just on there like, Valentine's Day is for the woman, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, oh, I've never done anything for my man. Mm-hmm. And it's not until you clip it and put it online where other women are able to hear it, and then they hear themselves in that, like, oh damn, like I've always thought that way too. Like, you know what I mean? I see how selfish that may sound when you hear another woman say it, like, you know what I mean? So, we just got to continue to keep expressing ourselves, man. It is a bit selfish. I've been in selfish relationships. I wasn't perfect in relationships, obviously, but it's just about taking accountability. Some women don't know that they're being selfish until the relationship is over, and then then they reflect. Hopefully, they reflect on the relationship and understand, like, all right, these were some of my faults. Let me try to work on it for the next person, like, So,
I think they know that they being selfish, though. I think they know. I just think they don't care, bro. I'm gonna be real with you.
Hold up.
I think they know 100%.
Real quick, Rashad, hold up. I see Bella shooting her shot right now. What's going on, Ace?
Shout out to Bella, man. Appreciate you.
Ace, okay, all right.
But in terms of Valentine's Day, you've heard Valentine's Day is like a couple's holiday. But to men, it's a couple's holiday. To women, it's a woman's holiday. You know what I mean? So it's like I got a horror story on Valentine's Day. Like I got horror stories, man. I went out my way, and Shorty told me, like, "What you want, brownie points for?" Like I'm like, I wasn't expecting no brownie points for it.
Yeah,
I was just expecting some type of appreciation, like, you know what I mean? Like,
some reciprocation, something. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. I'm at this.
I remember that. I remember that you called me, like, you drove out your way in traffic, like all of that, like, you know what I'm saying?
Almost an hour, bro, to go downtown Brooklyn. I know how downtown Brooklyn is, man. But
yeah, I mean, well, they might not know if they,
At this point in my life, if the feelings is not reciprocated, like, that's it for you, man. I can't do it.
That's a fact. And it's funny how you brought up like a situation of Valentine's. I think that when we go over and beyond, I think that's when we get like our biggest L's, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. That's like we need like a humbling moment, a humbling experience, because we just can't really think that a woman really want us for like ourselves. You feel me? They want us for the future, what we can provide, what they think of type of man we're gonna be 10 years down the line. You feel me?
And I don't think it's going above and beyond. I think it's going above and beyond for the wrong person. You gotta know that. You gotta know that she's the right person before you go all out for that person. That's what I think.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
But, Rashad, man, we got a lot of people backstage. I'm trying to get everybody. I said a couple of people look like they falling asleep on. You know what I mean?
Yo, Rashad, appreciate you, bro. Man.
Word.
Man.
Yeah, word. All right, man. Y'all be smooth, man.
All right, bro.
All right.
Shout out to Rashad, man.
Yo, Keem, you can take Rashad.
What's going on with this shit right now?
Over everybody else, it give me that option, but for some reason, sir, it just be blank. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who that, Tiffany?
What's up?
Tiffany not even ready. She was like, yo.
Tiffany, you there? No. All right, we gonna come back to. All right, we gonna. My man Rain, what's up?
See, I do.
Peace to the gods, man.
All right. It looked like you was sleeping back there for a second.
Yo, real quick, shout out to
Nah,
Beef
man,
Wellington
I did a
Ross,
live
man.
on this.
Hold on,
My
Brody.
bad.
Hold on. Shout out to Beef Wellington Ross. Valentine's Day is supposed to be reciprocal. Some of the women know they're being selfish and only want to receive, never want to give. That's a whole.
They are reciprocating. They giving you pussy. You got already, bro. Be happy.
Yo, what's up, Ray? What's good, man?
You shaking
Peace
your
to
head.
the gods, man.
You been through this before.
Nah, I did a live on this earlier on what you bring to the table, simps and different shit like that. So,
yeah, women.
So where
hate
y'all
that.
want to start at?
So it's whatever you want. It's whatever you want to talk
Yeah,
about.
man. Where you want to start, man?
Okay, well, I feel like as fellas, we gotta over understand the era of space we in right now. You over smell me? In order to win a game, you gotta know the game you're playing. You gotta know all the intricacies of the game. And you gotta know the weapons that's used in the game. So one of the major weapons that's been used in the game as far as the conquering of melanin men or whatever have you has been the women. That's how you cripple any group. You know what I'm saying? You get to the women.
Okay.
The money thing.
Can you give me any historical data on that? Like, can you give me an example in history where that has happened? Like, because I feel like I'm only now seeing that with the black community. I can't record a time where they used the women to destroy the men.
Okay. So when people say something like women have the most degrees or different things, or like y'all was saying about the money thing. Okay, the thing is, most men would make more money if most women didn't have all the high paying positions. So I mean, everything is an economic scheme. You know, we had 200 independent black towns at one juncture. Like, it wasn't just Black Wall Street and Tulsa. Matter of fact, it's a black town right up the block from me that got started in 1812. So we've been sovereign, we've been self-governing. You see what I'm saying? It's just that, like y'all was saying earlier, a mixture of things. The cognitive dissonance, you know what I'm saying? The psychological warfare. A lot of us don't even know we in a war, you know what I mean? As far as nutrition wise, as far as epigenetics, a lot of things y'all talking about when people say they mom or they dad, a lot of things be epigenetics. You see what I'm saying? Passed down chemically, chemistry wise, shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So, and then a lot of people say we shouldn't trauma bond, but the percentage of people that actually have trauma is very high. So the chance of you not trauma bonding is kind of low. So like I said, man, I mean, you know, the money's fake, the money's a fiat note, the money's an IOU. So you really can't gauge a person on money. You see what I'm saying? So that's a game. You see what I'm saying?
You say you can't.
You can't gauge a person. You can't gauge a person on money because the money is a fiat note. It's an IOU note.
But you don't think that
so the money fake. The money is not
on
gold.
how much money they make every day?
Huh?
You don't think that men get gauged on how much money they're making all the time?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is it should never be. You can't attach loyalty to money. You can't attach integrity to money.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's like people are trying to mix intangibles with material shit or things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? So just like we've seen on both spectrums, you seeing these wealthy dudes get divorced, and you seeing dudes that's making under 50 get divorced.
Right.
I mean, so I mean, this notion of if you got this certain amount of money and you look a certain way, they're going to cooperate. No, they're not. There's no guarantees of that because we see it. We've seen it. We've seen it from the gangsters to the nerds, G. We've seen it from the gangsters to the nerds. So where's the guarantees at?
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure it out. Then if you get married.
Now I was gonna say, I think, you know, in our community we prioritize women too much, like getting women too much, man. Black men, we need to prioritize leadership, you know, getting positions of power. Because we too busy trying to chase women, bro, trying to get pussy. Like that's not doing anything for us. You know what I mean? While we out here chasing the pussy, women is out here getting educated and being in these positions of power. So I think black men need to stop focusing so much on like trying to get women and start focusing more on whether they go. I see a lot more, you know, black men going to trade school. Like not like women like to use the degrees over our heads, but there's.
I'm glad you said that.
There's a lot more.
I'm glad you said that. Well,
choosing, they're opting out not to go to college, but to go to and get a trade. And you know what I mean? And it's not being represented, obviously, with, you know, when it comes to college and things of that nature, degrees.
I'm glad you said that. Melanin men need to become, you know what I'm saying, builders, man. You know what I mean? We got to become self-sufficient and sovereign, man. That's why they're doing the food shortage, G. You got to know what these powerful families are doing, G. I mean, we got to come clean about what's happening, G. Yeah, these powerful families are about to fuck us over, my G.
Nah, that's a fact, man.
They got these joints called UCJ codes, UCJ or whatever the fuck them codes called, where they can shut the fucking bridges and all that shit down, G.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, know the game you're playing. This shit set up for melanin men to fail. We fucking know that. So you got to create new systems. That's why they beefing with other countries, because they can't control them motherfuckers like that.
That's
just what that shit is. That's why every leader every guy that's a leader get hit. Why every melanin man that's a leader for the most part, unless they sold, did a backdoor contract, did some sideline shit, get hit.
Now I get what you're saying, man, and we appreciate you calling in. But what I was going to say is, now he is right. We do need to be in more positions of power and actually work towards building.
I mean, that's almost impossible. I mean, unless we start our own business, our own organizations. But
that's what we gotta do.
Yeah,
every other race got that.
No, yeah. Look, Keith, that you just said it, bro. Every other race got that because that opportunity is given to them. They're like, bro, if you come from Asia, they give you grants to start a business already when you come to America, bro. So if you, let's say, hypothetically, I don't know the amount, they give you $300K. You invest that into a building, you put a Chinese restaurant downstairs, you live upstairs. They're coming with it. Now, me as a Black American, why I don't get no motherfucking grants? All right? Come on, bro. So it's not that fucking easy.
I feel you, but Black people is $1 trillion industry, bro.
We
putting our money somewhere, bro, where it don't need to be.
Are you just gonna point out the fact that we be doing stupid shit? But what about the help? We fucking built America.
We can't depend on that, bro.
You talking about depending on the government.
At this point, we know we're not gonna get no help. So fuck the help. We gotta do it.
I hear what you're saying, and look, I mean, ladies, don't get mad when I'm saying this, but women take that shit, like they take government assistance, they take child support, understanding that when you pay child support, you're still paying that judge. Not only is the money going to the mother, the money is, you pay a percentage to that judge and that court system. So you're getting taxed on that. They take government assistance or whatever it is, food stamps, WIC, whatever the Section 8, all that shit, where you're not allowed to bring a man and they want you to be single longer if you want that help from the government. And I'm not no conspiracy theory. This shit is real. Like they don't provide shelter for single men or single fathers out there. It's just a whole different thing. They keep us separated, and we won't change unless women get on board.
Let me
Because
ask you a question.
men
Let me ask you a
are on
question.
board.
How much you think Louis and Gucci making in the hood?
Nigga, majority of our money. I don't get your point.
We got to put our money and use it smartly, bro. Like we can't be buying Louis, Gucci, Prada, all this shit, and not investing in black people, bro. That's what we gotta see. White people, you see white people walking around with Louis and Gucci, they wearing Skechers, bro. Skechers, bro.
Yeah, now I get where Drew is coming from, but I'm with Keem, man. Black people and black men, we spend a lot of money.
Real quick, I heard Kanye said in the song, bro. He had he was talking about some car and said mine was tinted and his might have been rented because he buying the shit and a white person renting the shit and giving that shit back because he don't give a fuck about that shit. That's what we care about. We gotta start caring about the wrong shit.
Now there needs to be like a some type of fun, bro. Like Jew, we just talked about this yesterday on the episode we did yesterday. By the way, man, quick plug, man. We got this episode coming out. We did with Express Yourself Black Men. Just talking about black men's mental health and things of that nature. Man, that's gonna be a great episode. Yeah. I hope y'all appreciate that one, man. It's gonna be a little different from the women, you know what I mean? But it's a conversation we need to have in our communication, and I think it was a great conversation. But like I was telling you about the programs there is no programs readily available for black men. I told about the scholarships, the grants, the loans. There's none specifically designed for black men. It's always under the umbrella of black people. But there are specific grants, loans, scholarships, fundraisers for black women. You know what I mean? And obviously, we're not going to get help. We're not going to get Goldman Sachs donating $1 billion to black male like businesses or black male, like, you know what I mean? We're not going to get that. So we got to stick together with each other. Like, that's all we got at the end of the day. You know what I mean? That was a little rant, my fault. Yo, what's good, bro? Like, yo.
Jay High, what's good, bro?
we was arguing like, yeah, my fault, bro.
Like you wasn't like you on the phone at work and shit.
Hey man, I'm just chilling, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, what you want to talk about, bro?
I mean, I ain't really have too much to talk about. I mean, respect to the last conversation, and then like the girl from earlier, I don't know what was going on with her, bro, but yeah. You know, hey, like you said earlier, bro, all the crazy people from Florida, and you see her there.
Oh shit! Wait, is she from Florida? Like,
that's she said she was at Tampa, bro. She like, bro, she like 2 hours from me. Yeah, man. But I ain't really had too much to talk about. The only thing I wanted to really say was like you talking about like black women and black men and everything. I think the main thing that we have, like a main issue, is like there's a lack of empathy from both sides. You know what I mean? Like, because we always approaching all this stuff in the same way as we looking at everybody else. Like we're the one community that's like down bad in a sense, but we still trying to grind to get there. But we doing everything possible to try and get out, like crabs in a bucket type stuff, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so that's the one thing that's holding us back. And then we ain't got no empathy for each other. Like we ain't got no empathy for how the women getting treated in the public and like in private and like the people they choose and whatnot. And then they don't have no empathy for us and how hard it is for us just to be, you know, in the space that we in right now. So it's difficult in that's the one thing if I could change anything in the world, bro, it's just put more empathy for our community, man. Because we don't really care for each other. That's why we got all this gun violence and stuff.
That's true, man. I'm not gonna hold you, man. That is a great point about what you said. We got a lot of power if we stick together, man. There's a lot of power in black unity. And I believe the powers that be know that, and they are working overtime to make sure we are having this gender war. We having black women consistently spread about divesting, like, you know what I mean? So
why you think they put so much effort in keeping us divided? Just think about that real quick. Y'all gonna make me hit a blunt tonight, bro. I don't even smoke, but y'all gonna make me hit a blunt tonight, bro.
Don't embarrass yourself on the live. Like,
hey, man. Sometimes you just gotta release the stress, man. That's all it is.
Man.
Yeah, you just gotta release the stress. It's high tension. It's high tension all the time, man. But I don't know, that conversation. I really do appreciate that conversation y'all was having, because that's why I ain't say nothing, because I be thinking about this stuff all the time. I'm the type of person who, like, I ain't got no money now, but I want to buy up like my neighbor's house, my mom's house, the people across the street from my mom's house. Like, that's how you build a community. Like, that's what we was when we was living in the ghettos, and we had it. we had it all straight. That's why people had to come in and like set all our stuff on fire because they didn't want us to have shit. You know what I mean?
Right
So it's like, I don't know, like you just gotta move differently. Like I'm like completely separated myself from this whole politics thing. Like I'm not even like Democratic Republic anymore. You know, like I completely went like libertarian, and a lot of people don't really know what that means. So it's just like it's all about the individual. If we can get ourselves better from an individual standpoint, we can all come together as a collective to make the community better and build up that way. That's why we out here trying to flex and everything for.
You think you can find that through politicians, bro?
The thing is, you can't trust politicians in general. So it's just like you pretty much just trying like shooting a shot with a blindfold on. You know what I mean?
Listen, man, I can't wait for politics.
Perfect.
I can't wait for that season to come back up, man. Because during the presidential campaign when all the black people were telling us about voting for Biden and Kamala Harris, they didn't do nothing for black people, bro. And I need all the black people that was pressing me about voting for Biden and Kamala. They ain't do.
Are you sending jabs to me?
They give us Juneteenth. They gave us Juneteenth, I guess, but they do this. They do the same thing every election, and we fall for it every single time. And y'all keep using our ancestors vote to our ancestors die for us to vote. They die for us to make change in our community. It's not just about putting a check in and just having somebody just because you're a Democrat. Nah, it's about what can they do for us and holding them accountable. And Ice Cube was trying to do that. Diddy called backlash about we should have our own party. You know what I mean? And people wasn't taking that into consideration. So I don't know, man. We gotta have this. We gotta have that talk, man. I need all the black people that was trying to force me to vote for Joe Biden. Oh, he better than Trump. It's like voting for the less of two evils, bro. They both didn't do nothing for black people. So like, I'm just supposed to vote just to vote? Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't make sense.
Yo, real quick, shout out to Sean Tardif. He said, "What up, peeps? I'm a young man. I work at Amazon, and I know it's not the best job in the world, but I have an opportunity to be in the management role." Shout out to you, bro.
Nah, man, you putting in the work, bro. Like, stop letting people tell you that having a 9 to 5 is trash or is lame, bro. Just keep working, bro. Like, keep climbing up that ladder, keep putting in that work, and you're gonna make things happen, man. Like, but bro, we appreciate you pulling up to the live stream. You always show us love, man. So
for sure,
bro.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's all love. And that's all we really need is like we just need more love in the community, man. I ain't trying to be like no hipster or anything, but it's so many levels. There's so many levels that you guys gotta we gotta put more investment into. That's why like the whole like presidential voting stuff, like that don't really mean nothing. Everything comes down to the local government that you have, bro.
Okay, like, now that's the conversation. That's more of a conversation I'm willing to have. Like, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Because like people don't even know who they county, they district, what district they even in, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what's your district number? Who's the people ahead of you? Who's the people running? Like, they don't know none of that stuff, man. So it's just you just got to keep your head up, man.
Word, appreciate that, man.
Oh man, that was me this time. My fault, bro. I ain't mean to do that. My fault.
See, you see how it be, right?
Yeah. I seen this shit the other day where they said a teacher and an Amazon manager make the same amount of money yearly, and there's asking a woman which they would be most likely to date, and all the women said teacher, but I'm like, but they making the same amount of money. What's the problem? But it's just that it's just the aesthetics of one is
what it looks like.
Oh, it was a Walmart manager. My fault. It was a Walmart manager. That's what it was.
Well, sign me up for Walmart. Fuck that.
And it's like, yo, once you make your money, who cares what you doing, bro? Whatever your hustle is, just do what you gotta do to survive out here.
That's why they kicked out of school for what I'm teaching these kids, because they teaching whatever they want to lie about. Sorry.
Yo, Tiffany, man, this is your last time. I ain't gonna hold you, bro, because we got other people on there.
Oh my god!
Here we go.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, she's alive.
I'm so sorry, y'all. It's my first time on StreamYard. I hung up a couple of times. I didn't know how to make it function right. I'm sorry. I'm slow. My bad.
Why you not cammed up? I want to know why the ladies don't want to get cammed up. Like the fellas is cammed up. We out here. Why the ladies don't want to? You know what I mean? Get cammed up.
Well, I was in my sister's home and I didn't exactly get permission to be like showing her environment online and things.
I give you permission. She said it's good.
No, I just want to be respectful. But
I
but
got
I did wanna add a couple of things. Or actually the last guy, Jihad that was on there,
Yeah.
he's right about the empathy. We don't have empathy from one side to the other either way. And I think once we as a people get to the point that we really realize we don't have friends. We can only rely on each other. Um, like not to be bringing KS into this, but he was right about something here when. Back in the 60s, 70s or so, like even through all the shit that they put black folks through, we stayed together as a unit until more recently in the last 20, 30 or so years.
Mhm.
And I think until we as a community can actually be honest with ourselves, stop trying to, I mean, integration was one thing and trying to assimilate to them is quite another. And if you keep thinking you're going to get a handout to lift up black men, you're going we're not going to get anywhere. I mean, if you really believe that they do everything that they do to suppress us and oppress us as a whole, the head of our community is supposed to be our black men. So yes, they're going to incentivize every way that they can to keep our black women away from our black men. I mean, they planned for decades to do this stuff, and it took decades for it to happen. But knowing what we know now, being in the age of information, being able to do a couple of clicks, a couple of Googles, and see all the bullshit that they've done to us, why then can't we get together? Even like you black men were saying, you can get together even amongst yourselves, even in your local community, pool the money together. Screw a grant. We can grant ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
put the money together. That's what we used to do. If
Right.
you look into anything that how we got our Black Wall Street together and any of that, it was just we came together. We knew we had each other's back.
Right.
That whole it takes a village that came from us.
Mm-hmm. That's a
So
fact.
I think we really have to get back to that. And now I'm about to jump to that lady a few people back with the three engagements by
Mhm.
the non-black men,
Mhm.
and y'all were asking why it didn't work, and she's asking for what should she be looking for in black men, what should the standard be. Realistically, coming from a black woman, I'm 39, and so I can actually speak on these times when our families were actually together, because I was right. For me it's given off that she really didn't have a male figure in the household.
She said she had a father her whole life.
I mean, not you can have the interactions in between, like, let me say this, because I did come in like in the middle of her into her interactions with y'all. So I caught the three engagements and y'all asking her why it didn't work and how she was saying that none of them were black, and asking you all for the standard. So that's the portion that I came in on. But it
Mhm.
seems like there's a disconnect between her and black men in the community and what she's looking for. I actually went through a relationship with a man that was Vietnamese. Well, he is Vietnamese, and he's a first generation immigrant. We were in a relationship for 5 years, and whereas his family was okay with him being with a black lady, he couldn't marry one, but he thought he could. So we too were engaged. But then the crazy movie type shit happened where his parents got with some other parents and they arranged a marriage, and you either marry her or you get disowned, not only by your family, but by our community, by our church family, and it runs so deep, y'all.
Mm.
It runs so deep. So when she's saying all of that, there's more to it than just, hey, non-black people treat me better. Non-black people are the ones who propose to me. There's a lot of things that go with that. So for black women who divest, quote unquote, there's a lot more inner issues that go with that
Mm.
than outer. It's not our community. It's a mental thing. And I had to go through a lot of therapy after that
Mm.
to realize what was really going on. And it really is the empathy for our black, because I was like, I'm not gonna date our black. Everybody got babies. I don't have any children. I do believe you should be married before you have to. I was raised that way. I had my father in the home too.
Okay.
And then when my mother and father divorced, she remarried, and I still had a father in the home. That was a good man. And it really is the choices that women make. They say guys ain't shit, but you knew you had an ain't shit guy when you chose him.
That's a fact.
Mhm.
And all guys are not the same by far.
Mm.
The baby makers are serial baby makers, whereas what over 60% of black men don't even have kids.
Mm.
So it's the same guys over and over, serial impregnating everybody. And trust me, we know the serial impregnators, and then we overlook stuff, and then we have the nerve to say all of y'all ain't shit because of decisions we made.
Right.
So
Yeah, I mean,
I just wanted to
you
put
definitely
those
spitting
little
right now.
bits
I ain't
in.
gonna hold you.
Right.
I'm about to.
Yeah, I just wanted to put that little bit in. Again, I'm sorry that me and my technical issues and my
Nope.
tough ass.
It's good. It's good.
No
Okay.
problem. We appreciate you for
But y'all
calling
are
in.
doing it right.
I
Yeah, no
definitely
problem. I
appreciate your
watch
word.
y'all all the time.
I
Thank y'all.
appreciate
All right.
you.
Have a good night, Tiffany.
You too. Thank you.
Shout out to
I know
Tiffany,
what.
man. It's
That's what's
in
saying.
fact. All right, what we got next, man?
Oh, what's up,
What up,
guys?
Khaled?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing
Goody.
good, man. How you?
I'm doing all right. Doing okay. I'm in Jamaica right now.
Shout out to Jamaica.
Yeah.
See, I'm so New York. You said Jamaica. I'm thinking Jamaica Queens.
I used to go to St. John's though. St. John's is
Oh, word?
yeah.
Let's go. What you want to talk about?
So I kind of have like I kind of wanted to I studied this for a little while, the divestment thing, like the divestment thing with black women, and I think I really understand what's going on. I would like to hear you guys'
break it
opinion.
down. Break it down to us.
So and have you guys noticed, not just black women, but like the past 2-3 years, like women have there's women have access to rich guys, women are demanding more and more stuff out of men, women are acting more and more
entitled,
abrasive and entitled against men.
Right.
I think what we're seeing, I think we're kind of seeing the collapse of Western civilization as we know it, as the superpower, as the rich superpower. And women are grabbing all they can, and they're just trying to take over before everything crashes down. There's this book called Sex and Culture by JDW. It was made in 1913, and what he was talking about was he studied all great civilizations, were hundreds of great civilizations throughout history, and he came to the conclusion that you can tell an empire is going to decay when the women have more privileges, because what ends up happening is that the men stop putting forth effort into the economy, getting trades, getting certain skills to keep the country going, because all the women are going to the top guys. And so I say that to say this, that a lot of black women are trying to date white men now, because I feel a lot of white men who you say riding bikes and stuff and don't really have anything going on in their life, they can't really attract the high level white and Spanish women that they used to. You know what I'm saying? Because those women are going to successful men, like doctors or successful entrepreneurs, and they're monopolizing around those guys. So what ends up happening with black women is that the media is kind of shaky, because it's kind of portrayed black women as these ghetto, ratchet, ugly women for the past 50 years. And only in the past 2-3 years they've been promoted as these successful, beautiful, independent women. So what's happening is that we've also been propagandized to see white men as great men, as the ideal mate to be with. And we've been propagandized with black men to see us as thugs and stuff. So black women are saying wow, I have all these options from white guys. I'm seen as a woman on the bottom. I want to get with one of these guys, so when I'm with him, I'm gonna be seen as higher value. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a black woman and you're told you're on the bottom of the social sexual pole, as far as with Cupid,
The dating apps,
yeah, you want to logically, you're gonna say, well, no one really wants me. I want to, if I can get with the best guy, I'll feel better about myself, you know. And so I think that's why the divestment community is so large, because they just want more value. They just want better status in society. And being with a white man, they see that as the way up, you know. But I think this is going to be a terrible ending for most of them, because again, a lot of these white men, A, either aren't really successful, or B, don't see them as long-term partners. They just see them as quick sexual access. So I think this is good for black men and bad for black women, because black women, if they can't get married to one of these white men, there's no telling the white guy can just string a black woman along for 8 years, then dump her in her mid-30s, and then she's screwed, because black men aren't going to want her. Successful black men aren't going to want her. and no one's gonna marry her anyway, so she's just screwed.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's great for black men because the reason, like our fathers, they didn't have, they didn't have to really do much to get women. They just had to be like a black man. They get a black woman pretty easily back in like the 80s and 90s. I think that was terrible for our community because, I mean, like having sex with women is what drives men to like build shit. You know what I'm saying? So like without that drive, if you can just get sex, you're not really gonna put forth much effort. You're gonna say, well, I'm good here. You know, if you're not getting sex, you're either gonna like go destructive mode or say, I gotta get better. You know, and I think that's gonna build our community better because there's not gonna be as many Pookie and Ray Rays, and there's gonna be better quality black fathers. Like if you guys aren't getting the results you guys want from women, you guys know you have to improve subconsciously. You know, so like, building this platform, maybe an area of that, getting more money, and that's just gonna push you guys to be better men, and like, we'll have better black kids come from you guys because of that. But if you guys are just getting laid, there's no reason to do any of this. But I feel like
no, that I get. That's a good point that you made. And my issue is I'm not against any woman that feels like they want to get a man, because women are naturally, they want to go after somebody that they deem would be more financially stable or whatever the case is. The issue I have oftentimes with the divestment community is that they seem to be more willing to compete for a white man than they ever would for a black man. Like those same white men, they will go out and compete and look right and talk to them and be submissive and feminine, regardless of them even proving anything, because they want that white man. With black men, they feel like we are not worth competing for. We have to take them as they are. We have to tolerate certain behavior from them. We had a black woman on our show who said that she had to change her behavior when she was talking to a white man. She couldn't treat the white man like how she could get away with treating a black man. Like she had to talk differently to him. You know what I mean? So there's clearly a code switch when it comes to, dating non-black men that black women suffer, that black women do. But again, I can't have these conversations without also holding black men accountable as well and saying, black men do the same thing, as we tend to big up non-black women, or say that we got to get a white girl or whatever the case is. Both men, black men and black women, are extremely, been through a lot of trauma with each other. And like I said, divesting from each other is not the solution, in my honest opinion. And now, if you feel like you're happier with outside of your race, that's cool. And if it's genuine, you know what I mean, then I can respect it. But if you're dating outside your race purely because of, social status, or because you feel like that white man will, or that white woman would take away your blackness or whatever the case is, if you're trying to run from your blackness by dating outside your race, then I can't respect that,
Yeah, I think I understand. I think this is just going to be like a 5-year period thing, and I think it's going to go back to normal. Yeah, I know the traumas with us and stuff, but I think we're going to have to need each other because inflation's going up. You can't really survive by yourself unless you're like a high value man. You like put all the work in. But I feel like what's going to happen is that because inflation is going up and the West isn't going to be as rich anymore, like a lot of these women are going to need, like, especially if they want kids, they're going to need a father figure. They're going to need a man who makes good money. It's not going to be like what you look like or what social programming is.
In America, they don't need to, because they have so much luxury that will fill in for the father figure. You know what I mean? They have the government assistance, they have the programs, the housing, everything that's going to step in for the father. You know what I mean? So, I get what you're saying, and I'm a big component on the nuclear family and why black fathers are needed in the home. But if women have these resources to, not have the father in the home, or being able to still provide, then they will.
That.
Yeah, they will. Like, you know what I mean? Explore that option. Like,
And my thing is, why is it taking finances for them to realize that they need fathers in the homes? It's so many other factors.
Because like here in Jamaica, like I've spoken to like 20, 30 black women in Jamaica, and they're submissive to their men. They're cooperative. They shut the fuck up. They're nice. They have 3-4 kids with a man. They have like 3 or 4 kids with a man who in America wouldn't even be looked at. Like
Yeah.
the black
I've been to
women in
Jamaica plenty of times, right? And it's
Yeah.
a whole different atmosphere from living in America, right? That's because you live day to day and you don't have to fucking challenge nobody. You live in that day in that presence. I've been there and I was so stress free because I don't have to work or do something else or try to compete with somebody. You just living in your life. They live to party. They don't live to invest in whatever career, whatever the case may be, even though the times are harder on that side.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's crazy. Like,
It's beautiful.
you gotta keep working, or it's no slowing down. It's not no working.
Yeah. I just think like personally I see it here the way they treat each other. And like if you say where to go to Jamaica or go to like Africa, you could find a black woman who looks just like the black woman in America and have a great family. And they're not as conditioned and propagandized to be like rude to their men or like find white men better looking or more attractive mates.
That's now. Don't trust me. Our women is influencing a lot of women globally, and
When they move out here, they will.
They starting to do the same thing. So I've spoken to men of other countries like, yo, man, y'all got to control y'all women. They out here influencing, how our women think. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but if they have such a successful culture, why have, our women try to come in and disturb that, success that they had, But anyway, we're gonna let you go because we got to get to the other people. But we appreciate you calling in, man. Enjoy your vacation.
Can I say one more thing? Just one last thing, like 20 seconds. I really think like this year we're gonna see like crazy inflation. I think like America and Europe isn't gonna be as powerful at the end of the year. I think this is gonna be like it's gonna be crazy. It's probably gonna be worse than the Great Depression of in the 1900s. I think it's totally gonna set the world back, and all this stuff you see like this craziness. I think it's gonna totally collapse. Probably by this winter because Russia just took away the gas from all of Europe, and they took away the food. Eastern Europe they're not planting seeds. Ukraine's not planting seeds for Europe, and I feel like people are going to freeze to death. I feel like people in America, you're going to see like $10, $12 a gallon by like December, January. Yeah. No, I really think so. And I think what's going to happen is all this like the reason why women act the way they do is because the West is so rich. When I think the West loses its money and it just has like properties and stuff, I think that's when people are gonna wake the fuck up and like shit's gonna get real. Because I really feel like people are gonna freeze to death this winter. Like, as horrible as that sounds, I really feel like these are the last days.
You predicting an apocalypse? Man. You're like, what the fuck?
It's gonna be. It's not gonna be like we're gonna like. It's not gonna be like people are gonna be in the street like shooting each other. But it's just gonna be so bad that the middle class might be wiped out like in like 48 months. Like rent is like $1,600, bro, right now. They just hiked so I mean I'm not really worried about this divestment thing. I'm more worried about like, the community like being like getting money, being successful, like being able to survive this shit, man. Because like it was like $1,000 for a flight here, like $1,000 for a flight. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit get expensive, man. But like I said, man, we appreciate you calling in.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, bro. Yo, I think we should get the chat involved real quick, man. Put a 1 up if you want them to continue the conversation. 2 if you want them to keep it pushing.
Nah, the chat being impatient. They say 2 words. Next. Like, we
gonna ask after 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
God damn, boy. Hey, man. Hey.
We had a lot of people, bro. We trying to get to everybody.
We trying to get to everybody, man. Hey, I'm backstage getting sauced up, man. God damn, boy.
What up, Triple Black?
I done finished a whole bottle of Henny.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, man. No, I mean, the thing about it is, man, I was asking myself this question, man. Like, have black men, this is a business term, you guys can look it up. The point of diminishing return. Like when you listen to these chicks talk,
it feels like they don't bring no value. Like, I mean, I look at every black man as an enterprise. You feel me? You know, if you bring some, like you buy equipment to make more money, right?
Mm-hmm.
You bring another employee to raise your production, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like when you're bringing a woman, like a black woman, you know, I'm gonna pick on the sisters a little bit, that it's almost a liability. It's like the value, like they're just not trying to bring any type of value to you. You know what I'm saying? If you're running a business, right? I bring you on the team.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to elevate the business, right? Not take away from it.
Right.
Am I wrong?
Now I get what you're saying.
I'm trying to see where your point is with them not bringing that in.
I mean, there's not even a willingness to bring that. Yeah, you know what? Like, shit, you should just choose me. Why why am I gonna choose you?
Mm.
I get what you're saying. That comes down to like, is this woman going to be an asset in your life, or is she going to be a liability? Like, I get what you're saying.
But that comes down to vetting and asking the right questions when you taking these women out.
But I mean, but it's their default mindset. Like, accept me how I am, me and my fucking 3 kids, or you know, all these bad relationships, all this goddamn shit. Like, what? No.
But you gotta choose right, my brother.
Yeah, I know you gotta choose right, but I'm just saying it's like they're acting like we're supposed to accept this shit. Like, listen, man,
the audacity.
Yeah, I mean, no, we should not. I mean, and this is gonna hurt a lot of women's feelings and shit like that, and gonna hurt a lot. We should not be competing for these women. They should be competing for us. That's straight up and down.
That's true, but we also have to put ourselves in position to be competed for. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Us as black men, we can talk about the women all we want, but we still have to put in that work as black men as well to make us worth competing for. We can't just be like, yo, you should compete for me because I'm a black man. We gotta put in that work equally. Like, you get what I'm saying? Right. And then we won't have these. We gonna have the bulk of options. Like, you ain't gonna worry about X, Y.
I mean, but they can't. I mean, the audacity, just like you said earlier, the audacity of them. They can't even win us over. You think you gonna win a white man over? You think you win a Chinese man over? You think you gonna win?
But they do, because these dudes are fetishizing them. These dudes are putting them on high pedestals and all.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like how you saying that, bro. Because then you making it seem like we at the bottom of the totem pole. Like,
no,
you can't win us over, so you can't win this man. And nah, bro, black man, we here, bro. So
exactly. That's what I'm saying is that there should be more of an awareness by them that they need to get us. You feel me? Yeah, we are the leaders of culture. We are the leaders. Like, everybody follow behind us. You feel me? Come on, man. Like, you got the top. Like, you got a chance at the top people.
Right.
And you fuck around. You fuck that shit up.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fact, though. But like I said, I'm always gonna preach for, you know, black men. We got to stick together, man, and really focus on ourselves and putting ourselves in these positions of power and leadership. And you know, I can't really necessarily say that term like, oh, black women will like, there's no switch that black women can just flip on. And I hate women say I'll be submissive and feminine to the right man. You've never been that in your life. There's no switch. That's learned behavior. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, black men, we do got to do better. You know what I mean? But you're a triple black, man. We're gonna let you go, man. Appreciate that.
No doubt, man. Hey, peace out, man. Hey, I love y'all. What y'all doing, bro?
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. We just gotta continue to put in the work, man. Like we could sit here and complain about the women all day, and I know we got our experiences and frustrations, but man, we just gotta imagine if black people stick together. Imagine if black men stick together. That's what I'm trying to promote here, man. Y'all don't see that?
That's a fact, man.
Yo, King, man, what's good, man? I know y'all. Our apologies, man. I seen you backstage.
Yo,
I'm trying
to. It's good, man. Look, hey, Ace kicking knowledge, man. All y'all kicking knowledge, but Ace kicking knowledge, man. I'm gonna put it like this, man. Everybody stop crying. All the black men stop crying about black women. Know your birds, man. It's different birds out here, man. Know your birds. Who you dealing with? Pigeons, doves. You know what I'm saying? Chicken heads. You gotta know your birds, man. You don't know your birds. That's on you. You a grown man. But this is my thing. This is why we gotta educate ourselves, man. Go back and learn about slavery, man. This stuff started on the plantation that we going through now. It just manifested into something worse. We just accepted it and ran with it, bro. But I'm gonna tell you, like Ace said, man, stop the Louis, stop the Gucci. Let's teach our kids about being lawyers, doctors, astronauts again, man. Let's take away this rap culture. Let's kill it. Let's kill this YouTube influencer and all of that, man. Let's kill that, man. That's where this is what's killing our culture as black people, man. It ain't got nothing to do with black women and black men. It does, but it really doesn't. It's about the influences that we see, that what we trying to live up to. That's what's killing us, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with black men against black women. It's us out here passing down what's been passed to us, but in the worst way. You see what I'm saying? We passing it down in generations that's worse, you know what I'm saying? And they coming up worse than we did, yo, you know what I mean? But like I said, man, stop crying, man. Know your birds, you know what I'm saying? And know who you dealing with, man, you know what I'm saying? But as far as us,
let me ask you a question.
What's up?
How can black men come together and stop seeing each other as enemies and stop mugging, stop killing each other, stop killing our women? How can we come together and be better?
Bro, the only way you can truly do that is by educating yourself, man. When you get to it, it's by maturation, man. You got to do it on your own. You got to look at your own environment. If you hanging out with losers and knuckleheads that don't want to do nothing but fail, and you the only one that's successful, then you gotta look around and say, yo, I gotta step off and do me. See, we live in a culture where people are afraid to be themselves. They're afraid to be alone. You gotta be around people to feel like somebody. You see what I'm saying? When I was coming up, I used to be alone, bro. All I needed was me. My imagination, man, that's it. My imagination took me wherever I needed to be. I ain't need 1,000 dudes around me to tell me, yo, you gotta be doing this, or you ain't lit. You ain't fly unless you doing this. Bro, I wasn't wearing the same Jordans that everybody had on. When you went and got J's, I went and got some pennies. When you went and got pennies, I went and got Barclays. That's how we upped each other. So we gotta use in that sense, you know, as our culture, we gotta do that the same way when you hanging out with people. You can't be afraid to educate your brother, man. These dudes are scared because if I know a little bit or if I know a little bit of knowledge, you're gonna clown me. So what? Educating yourself, man, and maturation is how we change each other, bro. That's how we change the world, man. Not in what you wear, not who you deal with, none of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? We can't compete. We can't compete with these other races for real. Outside when it comes to financial stability and all that, all we got is our swagger. That's why they love us. They can't be us, bro. All we got is our swagger, but it's becoming a detriment to us because we putting our swagger over our intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Dudes would rather go out here like Ace said and rock a pair $600 pair of J's. Come on, bro. I'd be damned if I pay $600 for some J's, man. Jordan better drop them off at my door at my door personally and autograph them drinks if I'm paying that. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm saying like you look around these cities, man, like he said, you see white people walking down the street, man, they kicks be beat up, bro, bent up in the front, look like elf shoes. They happy as a mug. We the only ones out there standing in front of the corner store showing the feds what we doing. You North Face this, Jordan this, you know what I'm saying? Gucci this, Louis that, posing for 12s, man. We got to get past that, bro. We got to start educating ourselves. When you educate yourself and you maturate, you gonna feel it, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you got that intelligence, you gonna feel it. You gonna start to change, man. It's inevitable. You gonna start to get away from things.
And let me get, because this shorty, bro, she said, "Thank you, King. Black men can't compete." Let me clear that up. Black men can compete. You know what I mean? We've been competing. We just got to focus our resources together like these other people. Everybody get a head start. But white people got generational wealth. They got all of these privileges. So to say we can't compete, we could definitely can compete. We just got to stick together more and be more educated, like you said. So, like, she's trying
But hold on, E. Let me elaborate what I mean by we can't compete. Meaning that, like you said, generational wealth. Every race is born. Their kids got college tuition already paid for. Got grants and loans and all of that already set up for them. You know what I'm saying? Trust funds and all that. When our kids come out, we get food stamps, we get WIC. You know what I'm saying? We get vouchers, we get subsidized housing. You know what I'm saying? And we get Jordans and Nikes, bro. Our people ain't investing in our kids' future. It ain't until we grow up and we like, damn, you know what I'm gonna do now. I'm here. I don't want to make myself look bad because my kids ain't up to par. Now we want to do better when we should do better when your seed is in the womb. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, by 9 months, you should be straight. Your kids should be on the same level as that white kid. You should be setting up public schools, private schools and all that for your kids, just like they do. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying we can't compete. When I say we can't compete, I mean mentally. Because we the only ones that stuck worrying about, yo, Ace, what you got on today? What J's you got on? So you got the ones on? Man, who care about that, bro? When you dead and gone, you can't take it with you.
What Kanye said, things we buy to cover up what's inside. Like, that's
man,
what we doing.
hey, yo, what profit a man to gain the world but lose his soul, man? When your soul gone, what else you got left, bro? That's it. Nothing else, man. So that's why I say that's how we do it. We can't keep crying about, you know, who if women do this, if black women do that, if black man, look, that's that. Work on yourself, yo. When you find your queen that the Most High got for you, then you cherish that queen, and y'all do y'all thing. But until then, I can't walk the streets worrying about every black woman that I come in contact with. That ain't my business. You see what I'm saying? My business is to educate myself and level up to make sure I'm good. And rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. But that was his message, just like Dr. BOA and all these other dudes, man. Yeah. Man, that was their message out here, bro. Work on yourself. How you gonna be right for other people if you ain't right for yourself? Feel me? But look, I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. I appreciate y'all. Keep doing the live. Every time y'all get on the live, I'ma be here. So y'all gonna see me in the background in the room because I got mad love for y'all, man. I want to say this though.
I appreciate that.
Hey, healing energy and prayers to the victims' families, man, up there in Buffalo, yo. This is what we dealing with right now. This is what we need to be looking at right here. This is what's going on out here, bro. Like this right here is what we need to be worried about when you can't even go out in the streets, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't even go out in the streets no more. You know what I'm saying? Not only is it our people, but we gotta worry about our ops, our real ops. You know what I'm saying? That's scary to me though. But look, man, everybody stay safe, man. Y'all stay blessed, man. Like I told y'all, get that book, man. Breaking the Curse of Willie Lynch.
Okay.
By Alvin Morrow. Get that book, man. Cause look, all this baby mama, all that stuff started on the plantation, bro. They took the strongest slave and they either shipped you off or they killed you to make an example out of you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we definitely gonna. I'm gonna look into that, man. But King, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you
for all day, man. Look, y'all stay up, love, man. 100.
All right, bro.
I ain't gonna hold you. It's gonna be hard to follow up that live right there, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
But we got a couple. We gonna try to end this in a few, but we got a couple more people backstage. Yo, Mitch, man, I see you. But since we trying to end this, we trying to get new people on. So next week we gonna be on live next week. We even trying to get some, huh?
We on Tuesday, right? I'm tripping.
Possibly, but not that I know of. I mean, we can be on Tuesday. I ain't gonna hold you, but we gonna try to get some guests too to pull up.
I thought we was doing Tuesdays and Sundays.
We only did Tuesday because of the Kevin Samuels situation, but
that was Monday we did. That was Monday we did.
Oh, it was one of them. Yeah. But
all right, we gonna work it out. Who next?
Figure it out, man. We might put up on poll, man. How many times y'all want
this nigga Sean? Yo, you sunny as hell. Where you at, bro?
Yeah. California, baby. California.
Gotta be, bro. Gotta be. Shit looking like
Cali. Too bright out there.
Word.
I'll make it real quick here. I was raised with a single mother my whole life. Democratic way of life. My dad left me on Valentine's Day, actually. And that was in the Germany area because my mom was serving the military for roughly 10 years.
I've been to Frankfurt, Germany.
And at that time, my dad left her with another woman. And on top of that, took her car with him, with his new chick. Since then, I never cared a little bit about Valentine's Day. I never was. I always seen around the community around where I'm at, little small town. It's not really a small town anymore, but small town. I see everybody having girlfriends, boyfriends, couple, and kind of a little irritating a little bit. And I always knew, I was like, you know what? Let's just focus on me. Keep on grinding. Keep on working. I worked in a grocery store my whole life for 3 years in a bakery.
Okay.
In a bakery. You never see a black man in a bakery before, at all. unless he owns his own bakery shop, in a sense.
Right.
And I realized throughout that time, I was growing. I was always by myself, always has been, always will. That's always my mentality was. But after I left my bakery life at a grocery store, I got my new job at Amazon. And I love my new job, making a good amount of money, 25 cents more right now than my old job. But through that time, and in my whole life, I realized the world didn't give 2 cents about me, regardless if I was black, white, Asian, whatever. No, the world didn't give a dang crap about me. So I was like, you know what? Just move on and just work on myself. Don't pay attention about any other woman out there because I've been dating for years. And I dated 5 chicks, all of them white, except 2 of them black.
Okay.
So I date both sides because I'm mixed. So my mom was white, my dad's black. So it's always that life I have is mixing 2 worlds in a sense. You don't know which community accepts you as a person as it is.
Right.
And that's who I am to this day. And I loved it. I just love what I bring right now to my life. Working, grinding, getting to this new manager spot here pretty soon at Amazon. And I'm going to be making more money than where the position I am at. So hopefully that works out.
Yeah.
I've been dating.
That's a fact. You got to just keep working on yourself at the end of the day, whether you think it's a big position, small position. Just keep focusing on yourself, and the outcome that you want is going to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Just got to prioritize yourself, man. So, but Sean, man, we appreciate you. We got to get to the other people. We appreciate you calling in, and keep putting in the work, man.
Yo,
All right,
keep
guys.
doing your thing, man.
Thanks.
All right, bro.
I would say that it is kind of hard to be biracial nowadays, man, because you wondering which side accepts you, man. And that shit is kind of hard. You want to tend to your black side or your white side or your Asian side, like he said.
Yeah. How you feel? How you feel being half Dominican and shit, bro?
We're having a serious conversation. You want to be in the
Yeah.
Yo,
Brandon, what's good, bro?
Hey, I just got a question. So what is a nice guy to y'all? Because I'm confused like a motherfucker. Like, I feel like
you got to ask the women that question, bro.
let me say this.
You said nice guys don't finish last. What you saying, right?
I'm saying since I've been a young dude coming out from Louisiana, so since I'm coming up a teenager, all that, I done turned down in my opinion, some of the finer girls. And I mean, I ain't never think like being mean, being nice. I done seen some mean ass dudes struggle like with some girls. Like, you ever see that jealous look from a tall, dark nigga standing outside school? Niggas that be playing sports. I mean, 6 foot plus niggas want my girl. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and she.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Okay.
5'8". I'm telling you, like, all the girls I done scraped, a lot of them. A lot of niggas I know, they go right behind me. They trying to get at shorty. They trying to mess with her.
And you consider yourself a nice guy?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What y'all consider nice though, because
because I think when we say nice guys finish last, we think of it's easy to look at your anecdotal experience and be like, yo, I've been a nice guy my whole life and I've never been last. But when you speak to a lot of men who have been a nice guy and they usually do get burnt, by women, literally.
But he in the South though. I mean, that's where the
nice women nice. Like, damn, them J's nice. Your fit nice. Like, you nice. You ain't necessarily like dressed down, but for the females here, I mean, now I'll be honest. I feel like I'm nice because I've been naive to girls. I done been naive. I done had a shorty come at me. She giving me conversation. She got me smiling. She got me wide the fuck open. So now I'm like, oh yeah, shorty deserves some yeah.
Give it to her. She got a dude. He a street nigga. I'm like, what's this? Like, females, they ready to fight over me and stuff. I'm like, I don't even.
So let me ask you a question real quick. My fault, bro. Financially, what would you do for your shorty? Your girl?
I mean, I'll be honest, I never been great with money. So I'll give my shorty whatever I got. If I got it, it's hers. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of girls I done dealt with, they be having their own money. If I pay for a date, I'm telling shorty next date you got it. She got it. You know what I'm saying? Like if me and my like high school sweethearts and all that, we going out. If I ain't got it, she paying. No problem. She want to go out with me because she know if she don't take me out, I ain't even have my parents sheltered me, dog, in a sense. I didn't even have a job till I stopped going to college for a few years and got my first job. Like, so
listen, all I'm gonna say is be careful. Hold on, Ace. Be careful of that because women, they see a man that don't got they shit together and they will use that man because they know that man is relying heavily on that woman. Like, you get what I'm saying? So they do the same thing niggas do. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that's your case, but I have spoken to women who have dealt with a certain level of man financially because they feel like that man is relying on them. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not saying that's your situation, but I've had conversations with women that feel that way. This is often why women sometimes do go after the broke nigga because they feel like they have the leverage in that relationship. You get what I'm not saying. I'm not trying to call you broke. I'm just saying.
Because I know niggas I know a famous nigga right now with money. He's struggling with females. He can't find a girl like his mom. I used to go to this man. His mom cook red beans, rice, chicken. We kick it. I meet girls. We meet girls together. Like, but at the end of the day, it's safe sex to everybody out there, you know what I'm saying, who watching and stuff, you know what I'm saying? His auntie, I kid you not, gave him a big ass bag of condoms. Excuse my language. Huge bag. I had to pop that open for him. He talking about these lifestyles. I'm like, you act like you gotta wrap it down the whole, like, yeah, like we been getting down out here so nice to me. You know, I'm trying to figure out, like, to y'all East Coast guys, from my understanding, you know, so like, what is nice? Because I don't know, I feel like it's misconstrued. Maybe it's the South versus the East thing, but I didn't know a lot of nice dudes, like, they parents keep them laced, keep them looking right. They try to keep us on the right track, but the girls out here,
I feel like you basing a lot of it on appearance. Like, you know what I'm saying? A nice dude is a nigga that's going the extra mile. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, his gestures, willing to take her out, willing to please her, willing to, you know,
without getting anything in return. That's the most important part.
That's not nice. How's that nice though, y'all? Not getting.
He being too nice.
He being too nice, bro. Now you see what we say. That's a nice guy, man.
I mean, yeah.
If you just putting out everything and you're not getting anything in return, you a nice guy, man. And those guys usually get taken advantage of because they just gonna keep taking, you just gonna keep giving, and it's not gonna be no reciprocation.
And then you know what's gonna happen? They gonna go to the ain't shit nigga, like, you know what I mean?
Hello.
I'm not saying with every nice guy.
But yo, shout out to you being a nice guy and it's working for you, apparently. You know what I mean? You in Louisiana.
I'm saying, like, I'm nice. Like, I give a person shirt off my back. You know, I'll look out. Man, I ain't gonna lie. One time, I kid you not, my friend hooked me up a little. You know, he was messing with this chick. She had a friend. She was saying she didn't even think I was that attractive. She still gave me. I gave Shorty a cold plate of food. I'm thinking, like, I'm gonna make you a plate. My people cook. But, you know, we gonna go back to, you go warm this up with her when I go drop you off. Shorty start eating the food right there. I'm like, so you that hungry? I'm like you really that hungry? You gonna eat cold chicken? I had to take the plate, go warm it up. Like, don't do that in front of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? You make me think like I smashed that night. I'm just trying to figure out, like, being nice ain't never stopped. I'm just saying, man.
You in a different part of the world, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. These black women, white girls too. Being nice ain't never. Now, one thing I will say, being nice or like being like that never keep a girl. It won't keep one, but maybe I'm mixing nice with loyalty or kindness. something because I don't know, man. I done see some nice dudes, man. Like nice guys, really, yeah, man. They be doing their thing out here.
But in your case, it seems like it's being reciprocated. Know what I mean? So I wouldn't say that you're a nice guy to a fault. It seems like you getting, know what I mean, niceness reciprocated to you. So I mean, if it's working for you, it's working for you. That's it.
I'm just trying to understand who it haven't worked for, because some dudes they
nice guys in New York. It don't work out here, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, nice guys. Yeah, I mean, like I said, not all nice guys, but there's a lot of nice guys who.
As a matter of fact, you one of the first. You the one of the first niggas I heard that said that they would get like being nice and it's working for you. Like I never heard that before.
I don't know what nigga it don't work for.
Yo, Brandon, we gonna let you go, man. We appreciate you calling in.
Well, I might have to take a trip out to Louisiana, bro. Yo, Eli, we got a question for you right here.
Yo, man, Lakeisha.
Y'all keep breaking this. Yes, I'm single. I see that. I am single.
All right, man.
Let her know. Y'all niggas making sure I seen that motherfucker. Like,
you making sure I see mine too.
That's not me. That's you. Like, you'll be
my bros, happy wife.
What up, Doc?
What up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you on your Derek Jackson vibes?
Nice
right
guys don't finish last. Nice guys actually do get the girls, and they off the market. So
where you from? Where you from, Doc?
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, but I live in Tampa.
Okay,
that's where I met my wife too.
Shout out to you.
So nice guys generally are the guys that's going into dating with the intention of being in a relationship. That's going that extra mile, like you said. But they are definitely looking for something. Now, the problem with nice guys, most women say, is they boring. They boring. There's no turmoil in a relationship, which is something that they're used to. They're used to that back and forth for all the media we see. They're used to something that's going to bring tension, excitement, some type of.
Yo, you good? You good? Like, yo.
So when they get a nice guy, it's boring. It's not the same.
Right.
It's basically monotonous in a sense. If you got the girl that's not really ready for that, nice guys end up wanting it early. So you get a girl that's wanting a lifestyle and all that other stuff early in her 20s. You get a nice guy early in his 20s. He's gonna seem like a sucker because he's trying to offer you a whole bunch, and you can take advantage of him. He's gonna end up being or something like that until he meets the girl that he wants, and he does early in his life.
I think nice guys finish later in life. You know what I mean? I don't think they finish in the beginning stages, because that's the night after the women went through all the ain't shit niggas and fuck niggas and they got all these baby daddies. Now they looking for a Russell Wilson, or they looking for the nice guy. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying that's for all women, obviously, but
At what age did you get married, Doc?
Dang, I can't really hear you.
You can hear me now?
Can't hear you.
Damn. All right, Doc, we gonna catch up with you, bro.
I mean, this gonna be the last due, because we gotta get this fucking about to be midnight over here, man. New York, man. I don't know what time it is out there for y'all.
What's up, Steve?
What's good, fellas?
It was goody. It was goody.
Yo, first off the top, I really appreciate y'all show. You guys have the most balanced show out of all of these shows that are out there. I really appreciate what you guys do. Eli, I really appreciate you. You hold those certain angles down. And Jude, it's good to see you. What do you do? I like what you do. And Ace the GOAT, you're always the GOAT. But yo, I was looking for things to say because I normally have things to say, but I really came in the middle of this. But listen to this last piece. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. Nice guys aren't necessarily finishing last, but what is considered nice now has changed. I'm 52 years old, and I'm telling you, when I was 12, 13, 14, a nice guy was all those guys they think are boring now. And so now what is nice is actually negative. And so when we say nice guys finish last, the guys that are negative finish first now. And the guys that are doing, like you said, they look at it as boring. They look at it because all we do is go out and provide and put up a nice happy home for people, and we're not really looking for no extraneous nonsense. And so now what you've got is a lot of women looking for. They want the excitement of the guy that cheats, the excitement of the guy that's exciting to them. Those type of things enamor women to those type of people. And so we're looking at a backward society. We're in a whole different space of how we look at things now.
Got you. Yo, you real quick, you married?
No.
Okay.
Single with one child.
Okay, I got you. Why you not married though? Just curious.
What did you just get finished? What are you talking about? Where the nice guys finish?
You wanted the nice guys. Okay. All right. Damn, man. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah. That's all you got for us?
Pretty much. I mean, and here's the other thing. Number 50. Podcast, the 50 as you guys did. I commented on it, and I look at that and think that is as a conversation. Those type of conversations need to be had all over the country.
Which one was that? Word.
You gotta look it up for yourself. It's podcast number 50.
What was he talking about?
What was we talking about?
Oh man, it was so much stuff. It was 4 women. I had to look back at the thing, but
I think that's the honesty though episode. We talking about Cam Newton and how she had different standards for black women than she had for white men. Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, those type of conversations need to be had by people all over the country, and I think that would make a gigantic difference because the way you guys discuss things, nobody's put down, nobody's upset, nobody's mad, and everything is discussion going on. There's no fighting, there's no complaints. I mean, there's little animosity, but basically it's a conversation going on, and that is something we're sorely missing in our community.
Definitely.
We try to have those conversations, man. We need these honest conversations, these hard conversations, and I mean, hopefully we can push the needle and get everybody, the black community, on the same page, man.
Most definitely. More power to you guys. I appreciate what you guys do, and I'm looking forward to everything you guys. I tune in all the time. So
appreciate you. We know.
Appreciate you, Steve.
Once you hit them with the what it do. We already know.
Right. What it do.
Yeah. I appreciate you, Steve.
I keep you all the time.
Stay up, Steve.
All right.
All right, so what's the moral of the story, man, before we get out of here? I know we got some more people, but we're going to be on this, every Sunday we're going to try to be on. We working on getting some guests pull up as well. I know Poor Man Podcast, we spoke to him. I know he's supposed to be, collaborating with us soon, hopefully soon. And we got some, bro, we really got some new content that we working on that is different from the content that we doing, but we know y'all going to enjoy it. And I'm excited about it. I'm not gonna hold you, man, because it's different. I'm not seeing too many people cover that aspect, and we gonna make it good for y'all.
Support the change, man, and the progression. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
But yeah,
but moral of the story is black people coming together. You know what I mean? And forget supporting all these Louis and Gucci's. They not black owned businesses, man. Support black owned, support at home, and let's build a community and support each other. Man. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, we're gonna keep having this conversation. So, bro, we appreciate everybody tuning in. This is like the longest stream we ever did, 3 hours. Shit, we're doing a whole.
Yeah, we had 3 hours.
This is like a whole marathon. Like, you know what I mean? So, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Everybody supporting us, and we're gonna see.
Shout out to everybody in the chat still. You know what I mean, that stuck with us for these 3 hours.
That's a fact. Like,
y'all funny too. She said, "Granddaddy, when you doing up so late?"
Nah,
he's not that. First of all, he's not that old. Like, he could be somebody's granddaddy, but he's 52. Like, that ain't old. Like, I mean, not putting a age on old, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't old. He's still young, man.
Yep.
Word, man. We gonna be live soon again, man. Tune in.